What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back, speaking my sports talk. All right, check it out, man. We're talking Dana White and the UFC, right? So it don't appear to me that at least this weekend, Dana White's trying to put up too much competition, make too much noise during this boxing match. And to be perfectly honest, guys, don't really think he should because this is a hell of a card. A lot of people been waiting for this fight between Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko. But outside of that particular fight, this is actually a really good card that Top Rank's going to be putting on. So, when you think about that, probably a good idea for Dana White to kind of hold off. Plus, he has the Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Justin Gaethje coming up. And that card's looking pretty good. That's a huge fight. It's during different times of boxing this weekend. So, Dana White has a lot of talent over there and total control, but sometimes you can't give it all away back to back to back. You gotta spread it out. You have to have things to keep people. I don't think it was no reason or no need for Dana White to try to outshine boxing on this particular card. The fact that it's not on pay-per-view either was probably a strategic move by Dana White and the UFC because, hey man, with this card being free, and Dana White's show would definitely be pay-per-view, probably a good idea for him not to challenge this card, right? So he has a decent card coming on this weekend. Nothing to make any fuss over. And definitely Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko is going to steal the show. That's the main attraction this weekend, as it should be. And it's kind of good to see Dana White not put up a really big card and challenge this fight because for boxing, this is what we need for the sport of boxing, a good main event like this. But also, as I said, too, pretty good cards. It's a pretty good fight card altogether. Not just the Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez match. So with the UFC, I don't think it's any secret to anyone that Dana White is on boxing's ass. You know what I mean? A lot to cover, but he's still on boxing's ass, and he's doing a lot with concerning pay-per-views and promoting the UFC and so forth. But like I said, this is a pretty good card, guys. Not only do we have Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, we got Arnold Barbosa and Alex Acevedo, which is going to be a good fight. Vargas and Castaneda is a hell of a fight. Clay Collard fight has been canceled. I believe COVID-19, Clay Collard, which I love to see Clay Collard fight because he's a warrior. He goes in there, but that fight has been canceled. But we do have Edgar Berlanga and Bellows, and that could be a fight to potentially steal the show. So it's a really good card that they have coming up here on Top Rank anyway and just for boxing this weekend. It's great for boxing. So I think it's a good idea that Dana White didn't challenge. Not to say that he couldn't, because again, he has a lot of talent over there in the UFC. So not for 1 second should anybody believe that, Dana White waved the white flag or anything of that nature. I just think that it's more or less strategic. And Dana White picks his spots well, right? And I think he probably, in my opinion, it would probably be one of those things where he knows he probably shouldn't challenge this card, especially since he has Justin Gaethje and Khabib coming up, soon here. Um, that's pretty much kind of how I look at it. You know what I mean, guys? But let me see what we got in the building rocking out with us this morning or this afternoon. Morning for me. I just got up not too long ago. Rob, what's good with you, my friend? Appreciate you coming through. My bro, Timmy Nealon. What's up, Timmy Nealon? Always good to see you slide through here, Timmy Nealon. Gabe Lopez in the building. Tommy Temper, what's up, Tommy? You should be good. I know I made sure I went backstage and made sure you weren't blocked on anything. So you should be good all around, bro. Hopefully, everything is right with your account. I really don't know what happened initially with all of that, Tommy, but I went in there and made sure that everything was straight, and you should be good. I gave you a wrench too, Tommy, so you shouldn't really have any problem with anything, bro. All right, Iceman, what's up, Iceman? RGM, Red Glove Militant in the building. Dead Game Boxing, what's good with you, fam? Appreciate you coming through. J Bomb, what's good, Jay? I see y'all there. My man Julio Martinez. Hey Julio, uh, I was talking to the wife, bro. And I think I'm going to go with your idea that you gave to me with the keep your mind sports talk. Yeah, my wife likes it. I like it too. So when we did the when we design the shirts, Julio, shout out to you, brother. I'm gonna use your idea if you don't mind. And you get free shirt and hats. I don't know. Right now, we're gonna start with shirts and hats when I get those things going. But shout out to you, Julio. You get yours free. You get yours free because I'm gonna use that idea, and that's the idea Julio Martinez gave to me there. And I think I'm gonna use that when I create the shirts and stuff. So shout out to my man Julio Martinez for that. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all you guys, coming over here to listen to me yell and holler and have a good time. You know, throwing your shots at D Jeff. I love it. Toby Barlett in the building. What's good with you, Toby? Appreciate you, my man Andre. I just hooked you up, Andre. Thanks for coming through, fam. Hey, Andre says, let me see, Ortega versus KZ is a huge fight. The card is just weak sauce. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, even more fights too. You know what I mean? Just something that probably Dana White shouldn't have challenged. That's all. Ralph, the crow soup is almost finished, ready for tomorrow. Well, make sure you put a lot of salt, pepper, and spices in that crow soup, Ralph, because you don't want to be cooking that crow soup and then you don't like your meal. You want to like the meal that you got to eat, Ralph. So make sure you season it right. I don't eat meat, so I won't be eating no crow soup tomorrow. I tell you that, Ralph. That dude's been playing the piano again. Yeah, man, I'm trying to get my Bach and Beethoven on, Toby. Julio said, it's all good, my brother. We Gucci. No doubt, Julio. I appreciate you. Red Glove said, let me see. D, I got some ideas for merch. Oh, yeah, Red. Definitely. Get up with me. All right, guys, let me drop this. All my brothers and sisters that want to jump on, kick it a little bit with D Jeff. Share your thoughts about this card this weekend. I mean, I don't really want to get into a debate. We're going to talk about just about anything. I don't really want to debate Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko because we got this fight coming tomorrow, guys. No need to go back and forth about it anymore. I'm not even hyped about doing that anymore. I'm just hyped to see this fight, man. I can't wait to see this fight. I tell you that. Uncle Pete in the building. What's good with you, Pete? Yo, D, do you need me to come back there and play some? Now, play something fast, like Camptown Races, Pete. Let's get some old West saloon, some saloon piano playing going in here. Ortega versus Zombie is going to be pretty wild too. Yeah, man. Yeah. Sun Shu, Sun Ju. Yeah, man. That dude's a fighter. It's going to be really good. And I think that the Korean Zombie kid do Ortega in, to tell you the truth. I really do. Yeah, Rob. Sad but it's so. But yes, I am a Knicks fan. Yes, brother. Yes, I am. I must admit, and Rob, anybody that will admit that they're a Knicks fan, they must truly be a Knicks fan. What's up, Red Glove? Yeah, cauliflower soup is actually really good, Red. It is. Gotta be made right, but I do enjoy cauliflower soup.
What up, D?
Lance Meyer, what's good? Boxing finesse. What's good, brother? King of London in the building. D hijacked Jalik's house. No. I didn't hijack his house, man. I was letting Jalik stay with me for a little while because he was having financial trouble.
I was about to say that backdrop looked
That's all it
familiar.
was, man. Dave Lopez said, "Go Knicks. I love my losers." Damn right. Right. What'd you say, Red?
I was just saying, I was about to say that backdrop looked familiar.
Man, why is this thing?
Can you hear me, D?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, all right. But yeah, I'm excited about the fight. I think everybody's talked about the fight so much that they're pretty much where you're at. Like we don't even want to talk about it anymore. We're just ready to see it.
Yeah, for real, bro. I mean, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. All the answers to everybody's questions will be answered. There's no need for nobody to go back and forth. No need for anybody to get mad. It's fight time, man. It's fight time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
So
like it's the calm before the storm.
exactly, man. Well, what you think about what I was saying about Dana White? It looks like he just pretty much stayed away from challenging boxing this weekend. And then because I mean, again, Ortega and Chu is a good fight. Korean Zombie, that's a good fight. Don't get me wrong, but Dana White didn't pull out all the stops on this card. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's kind of hard for me to talk on it just because I don't know nothing about
Oh, okay,
MMA really. So like
I got you.
I'm taking your word for it that it's not like a big challenge. I see what you're saying. He didn't like put his best foot forward to try to
Right,
take views away from this. So just going off face value, I mean, I like it. I like the fact that he's not trying to you know take views off of boxing. I think everybody needs to get their views up right now because of the whole
right,
situation that
right.
that we
And I
got.
think I don't know if you broke up or not, Red. But I think that okay, there you go.
What am I like cutting in and out? I'm gonna drop off and come back in.
I
See if
don't
it's
know if
better.
that's me breaking up or if that's you, Red. I can't tell because it's only us two on the panel. But Mike is. Hey guys in the chat. G Boogie, what's good? What's good? Yeah, it might be my machine too because it looked like I'm catching. How do I sound in the chat, guys? Am I breaking up? Y'all let me know.
I was just
Yeah.
looking at that at
I
that
don't know, man.
comment.
I'm getting ready to.
Can you hear me now?
I'm sick and tired of this internet. Uh, pay so much money for these high speeds, bro, but I often find myself um having to get on my hotspot because I got Verizon. It's a damn shame that my hotspot works better than my home line. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it's like it's the company. You know what I mean? Because we pay like the top amount for the internet because my wife works with a pharmaceutical company from home, so she can't be going down and all of that. You know, dealing with these clients and everything. And
yeah,
so we got the best internet that they have to offer, but it's always giving me trouble, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, why do you pay all that money if you're gonna keep dealing with these issues? Then I got Verizon on my phone for when I go out and do lives while I'm, ride alongs and shit. That's why I got Verizon. The damn hotspot on this phone works better than the damn internet that I'm paying for at home. It's ridiculous, bro. OG
yeah.
Boogie, what's up? You said Red Glove Militant Jefferson eating cauliflower soup with rosemary and Brussels sprouts. Can't forget the Brussels sprouts. That's one thing I hate, man. I hate Brussels sprouts. I ain't even gonna
Yeah, I
lie.
don't like them either.
Yeah, Knicks on the come up, man. I don't know if Knicks on the come up or not, Ralph. Did you hear about the potential trade that the Knicks might be taking on Russell Westbrook? Like, oh my God, that's not even what I wanted to hear. I don't want Westbrook. He's not a winner. This is why James Dolan is a trash owner because I can guarantee you he has something to do with that. The Knicks have the biggest salary cap in basketball right now. They're not paying anybody. And you get ready to go spend 30 something million dollars on fucking Russell Westbrook. This is why I cannot stand James Dolan. He's an idiot. This next draft, look, not only this next draft class, right, guys, but I want everybody to notice something too. There are a lot of players, high marquee, all-star, and some superstar players that's going up on free agency. And this idiot wants to go snatch up Russell Westbrook. See, this is James Dolan. This is why the Knicks can't win. This is why we can't win. He's an idiot. I can't stand James Dolan. And the worst thing is, I like the Washington football team. And look at their owner, Daniel Snyder, another idiot. Daniel Snyder and James Dolan, you idiots. What's up, Uncle Pete?
What's up? D's just fed up altogether with Washington sports. Fuck them.
Oh, Pete, by the way, sorry, I didn't realize you had texted me. Like, I texted you like an hour later.
When? What are you talking about? Oh, yesterday?
Yeah.
I'm so fucking man. This week has been too much work and too much streaming. Just like R. Kelly, too much streaming. So much streaming. I almost got locked up over this shit. My wife's giving me a hard time. My truck. You know what? Uncle P's about to just get. We're about to just go into boxing mode now. Let's have a party. That's enough of this. Hey D, I'm gonna get back there, play chopsticks for like 10 seconds, and I'm gonna grab Al Heyman by the back of the neck and smash him into that grand piano. Like remember when Denzel did an American Gangster when he smashed his cousin in there? When they were in the party. Remember an American Gangster when he smashed his? You seen him over there fucking around? And he smashed his, and then he slammed the piano deck on him.
Yeah.
All right. PBC. That'd be the end of the PBC for reals. Like that's the official end of the PBC.
That wasn't American Gangster. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was too.
No. It was it might have been, but I thought you was talking about that scene from Harlem Nights when he told him to come here, and he put his hand over and then he slammed it. I thought you was talking about that scene where he slammed it.
The Harlem Nights is more like trying to be a dramatic. I mean, I can imagine being in the middle of a party though and looking over and seeing my nephew over there like fucking around, grabbing ass, and just walking over and like bang, bang, bang. It clears out. Oh, damn. Pete must be tired and irritable. Put the fucking pay-per-view on. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's up, big game?
Man, holding it down, ready for tomorrow, man. Playing a little fight night, chilling.
Yeah, man. I can't wait till they come out with the new one. They supposed to have been brought that to us.
Man, I still been holding it down on the P3, dog. I got a P4. I don't even play. All I do is play fight night, bro.
Man,
They never came out with one for this whole generation.
Nope, the P4 don't even have a fight night, which is stupid.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I was in the building. He says, Loma, 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 Loma. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. It's going to be great, bro. I'm telling you. I put a community post up, guys. And I was saying this, with all the back and forth and everything we had, that's one thing. But both of these guys deserve it, bro. Both of these guys deserve this win because Lomachenko has been displaying excellence. It's a lot of people that complain about, his path and Bob Arum making it easy. But I always say this too: you got to beat these champions. You got to beat them. You can put a asterisk on each one of these guys. Well, he was old. He moved up in weight. Blah blah. This, that, and the third. It wasn't like that with all of the fights he took on. And you have to beat these guys, and he's beating these guys after taking the loss. Because so many people put so much into a loss. But Lomachenko took his lumps. He took his loss from Salido, and he's just been excellent ever since. So he deserves a win like this. Teofimo is ahead of all, and I mean all, of the young guns in boxing today. I don't care who you like. Daniel Dubois, Deron Boots Ennis, Shakur, Ryan, Tank, Haney. It doesn't matter which of these young guns in boxing you like. Jared Anderson, Jagba. He's ahead of all of them because he's doing more. He's getting ready to fight one of the best in boxing. And Teofimo Lopez is, in my opinion, these only out of all of these young guns, he's the one who's fighting someone that can beat him. That's what boxing is about. Fight the guys that could actually beat you. None of them are doing that, especially not Tank Davis. That motherfucker ain't fought. It ain't one fight. I always say this about Tank. It's not one fight he's been in that somebody said, oh, Tank gonna get beat on this one. I ain't seen Tank in no fight like that. Everybody picked Tank in every goddamn fight he's faced because they knew he was going to win. That's not how you come up, bro. That's not how you make yourself better. Evan Haney, no suspense in none of his fights. Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell is probably his first fight that's considered a step up. Daniel Dubois, no suspense in none of his fights. Deron and his boots can't find a good fight, so there's no suspense. So you could go down the list. None of these young guns are doing as good as Teofimo, so he deserves this fight. So good luck to Lomachenko and Teofimo because both of them deserve a win in this fight. That's how I feel about it. Both of them deserve to win.
Nice.
Well, I
But
think
Loma's the one who's gonna win, though.
Well,
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Teo is also with Top Rank, and Lomo is with Top Rank, and Bob Arum, he's made some mistakes in the past on putting his star in there with somebody that whip him up, like Nonito. Nonito got clipped, and Nonito was the darling child. I think it was somebody who beat Nonito.
Rigo.
Nayola, Monster Noise.
Rigo got caught.
No. Before the new, that was Rigo.
Rigo. Yeah. Let them know the Rigo down.
Yeah. Right. So Bob Arum, I'm not saying he don't protect his fighters like some promoters. He put them in there.
I don't look at that as a mistake. I look at that as boxing. Because when you go back to the old school of boxing, this is what they used to do. These champions used to fight the guys that could potentially beat them. That's what it is about being a champion. I don't think Bob Arum made any mistake when he put those guys in there against fighters that could beat them. I think the mistake that's being made, no matter who you want to point the finger at, Eddie Hearn, Golden Boy, PBC, I think the mistake that's being made is that they're not doing that. They're too worried about this fucking They're too worried about building stars that don't fucking deserve it, like Tank Davis. That element is there. They're too worried about that. What they should be doing is fighting the best. You want your champions to fight the best, not these easy touches, not these fucking keep busy fights. I don't want that. That's not what grows the sport of boxing. So what Bob Arum has done, I agree, he has put in his stars in the danger, but they're champions. That's where they're supposed to be put at. They're not supposed to be fighting fucking Abdulayevs and you're the WBC champion, Alfredo Santiago. No, you should be fighting Javier Fortuna, young Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis. as a champion? Devin Haney,
D.
Dubois. I mean, not Dubois. Tyson Fury. I'm gonna get on my guy. He ain't supposed to be fighting no fucking Sefer Safari and Schwartz and these kind of guys. No, you should be fighting Dillian
Surfer
White,
Safari. Surfer Safari. Get that right out of
Reeves,
here.
you know, Andy Ruiz. That's what you should be doing. Like, it's this fucking era of boxing and not facing the best is starting to become acceptable, and it's just unacceptable. And whenever we get to the point where we're making it acceptable because we're trying to listen to the process or building a star, that's the bullshit in boxing we don't need. So not coming at you, Big Game. I'm just saying I don't think he made any mistake. I think, you know, these champions should be in there with dangerous opponents. That's what makes the sport exciting. That's just my opinion on it. What's up, Mark?
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Yeah, yo, I just heard that little thing about the Nito. I don't think it was a mistake. I think that was I remember they said that was going to be 50-50 because they had this two-time Olympic gold medalist taking on a pound for pounder who'd already beaten a lot of guys. He was a three-weight world champion at the time, the Nito. You know, he'd already beaten like Jorge Arce, who's on the ballot right now to go into the Hall of Fame. Like, mate, his resume was Teflon. He was Teflon. So at that point,
real quick,
already
IBT. Real quick, Mark. IBT is
Unrival. What's up, baby? Marky Miggsy.
What's up, Pete? What's up?
Man, it's all up, baby. I'm ready for tomorrow.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we
now,
hear
dude.
you, D.
You good, D?
Yeah, I can't. I don't know, man. My thing keeps circling over here. I was breaking up.
Yeah, I want to get a couple of whores and come over to your house and watch a fight. Look at that couch, boy. Uncle Petey be laid out. Blonde be feeding me grapes and shit. I'd be yelling at the TV. God damn. Hey, I'm gonna jump off for a minute, man. But listen, I'm gonna catch up with you guys later. But as to what you were saying, I don't know if Aaron made a mistake or not. Certainly didn't make an accounting mistake, if you know what I'm saying. A little bit tight with the money sometimes, those type of people. But hey, he's no bullshit at this point. He's gonna be giving us a free one. Shout out to Bob Arum and putting two of his best in there. Let's let him go at it. Wide open PEDs. There'll be no bullshit with the judges. You know what I'm saying? And hey, don't be afraid to take a loss, man. Don't be afraid to take a fucking loss, man. Get rolled over because when you come back over the top of them, not only do you fucking catch the world off guard, but hey, you show yourself that I'll be back, man. I'll be back, and I will be back. Peace, boys.
Peace out, man. Appreciate you, Uncle Pete. Major Key Boxing, El Jefe. Major Key Boxing. What's up with you, El Jefe? Yeah, it's the real Major Key Boxing, Glenn Avery, and then there's the El Jefe Major Key Boxing, El Jefe.
Hey, last night I laughed so hard because on Punch Drunk stream, Glenn asked L-Dog, he's like, who's the real Major Key? He goes, the guy who made the video saying he was the real Major Key Boxer. That shit cracked me up. He's like, so you're saying I'm the real Major Key? He's like, you made a video? They're trolling him so bad.
That was funny as shit. Julio Martinez. Appreciate you, brother. He said, charge it to the game, my guy, for the love of sports. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's going to be the tag. I love it, bro. Appreciate you, Julio. So, Mark, we're going to talk about a lot of things, of course, but this live I put up concerning Dana White, you know, how he's been doing very well since the pandemic and everything on these cards. I was just saying he kind of laid off this weekend because the Ortega and Korean Zombie card is good, but it's not one of these explosive cards, and I see two reasons for that. One, he got Justin Gaethje and Khabib Nurmagomedov coming up, but you don't want to expend all of your good cards trying to keep fighting boxing, and I think it was a good idea for him to lay off of this card. This is a pretty huge card. What you think about that whole scenario?
Well, it was a smart move because this fight specifically is gaining a lot of traction, and it's on regular ESPN, and a lot of people are talking about it. It's all over the place, so it's breaking through. unless he was putting up a massive thing against it on a free view platform or something similar, there'd be no point. It would crumble your pay-per-view, but it's because people will be thinking $70 for this UFC event, unless you've got mega stars like McGregor or something. There's no point. There's just no point.
Right. And he does it and again, you don't want to burn all your talent, because then you'll have a dead weekend. You know what I mean? You want to kind of mix it up and split it around. He can't fight every boxing card, especially with boxing coming back. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm going to say this. Lomachenko's a very fucking skilled fighter, right? Very skilled. A lot of people know him. But there hasn't been a time where we've had an American in the ring with Loma who people thought could beat him. And in the American market, that's a big thing. Where they think they can win something, they'll tune in.
Right.
That's huge.
Right. Well, go ahead, Gang.
On top of that, it's on not free, but it's on regular cable.
It's on cable.
Where I wish the Charlos, I want them to get their bread, but man, could you think about the exposure they would have got if it had been on regular Fox?
Yeah. See, that's another thing too. Real quick, Red. That's another thing too that makes it, to me, a good strategic move from Dana White, because his big event will have to be on pay-per-view. So that's like another drawback for him. Now you would be battling paid card versus a free card. It's huge. Like, that's just strategically, he was probably like, nah, let me just lay off of this one. Because his big card is going to have to be a pay-per-view. And then it's now pay-per-view versus free, and it's a good free card, because it's not just Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Now, Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez will draw people to this card. But there are going to be a lot of pleased people, because this is a great card. There's some good fights on this card. So the people are going to be pleased when they come in and they watch this card, which is a free event. You can't beat it, bro. You can't beat it.
Yeah. But I like what he said. What he just said. My bad. I don't remember your name, but what he just said about the. I'm sorry. What was it?
Dead game. Dead game boxing.
Yeah. Oh, big game boxing.
No, dead game, like
dead game. All right. So I like what he said about the Charlos. Like if they would have did their thing on regular Fox, their potential would have been bigger than the potential that this does, because Fox is just regular TV, like no cable subscription needed or anything. Whereas ESPN, you need at least a cable subscription. So they had even more. I think it was kind of a missed opportunity. Maybe they wouldn't have made quite as much money. And let's face it, they didn't get that many pay-per-view buys, so maybe they would have got more. I mean, given that situation, but they would have gotten the kind of exposure that they would have really needed with that kind of card, and then that could have really made potential for future pay-per-views. Because right now, cards like that, cards like this one, this is what boxing fans are really wanting. Like we've been feeling like these other cards that we've been getting are kind of like appetizers. This is like main course shit, and and now, and the fact that this is on regular ESPN, I think the numbers are going to do real good. The fact that Dana White, he laid off this weekend, that's definitely going to help. But like you said, if he would have did a big card, it would have been pay-per-view, and then, that's a whole nother barrier. But I think this is exactly what boxing needs. I felt like the Charlo card was exactly what boxing needed too. But it would have been even better had it been on regular Fox.
Right. Yeah. And I agree with you. This is it. This is the big meal. This is the meat and potatoes. That Tank Leo Santa Cruz, you know what that is, guys? After you have this nice big meal, this fight here.
This is the cauliflower soup.
And you are full and you feeling good. That Tank and Leo Santa Cruz, that's the dessert. So you can eat it if you want it, but you might not want it.
Look, I'm going to say.
Yeah,
go ahead, again.
They're gonna have some sad people after that Leo fight, because I think Leo is gonna drown the kid.
Wow, I keep hearing that, bro, and I don't know, man. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
See, that's one
D,
thing
I think
about it.
D, I think
Yeah.
you're in the same boat as me. Everybody's remembering what Leo Santa Cruz fought at, like at 122 and 118. 126 he slowed down a bit, and at 130 his volume dropped off dramatically. And a lot of people aren't really paying attention to that. Like the dude has half the punching stats at 130. So I
Right.
mean, he doesn't have the same output. The weight, he's not carrying it well. Um, and his punch resistance will go down as he moves up in these weights, just by weight of proxy of these guys. And Tank's probably the largest or second largest puncher at 130. Just doesn't bode well. And since he's an exchanger and his volume's dropping, that allows more timing opportunities for Tank if Tank's fit. So I think
Right.
it kind of comes down to that.
And with Tank Davis, like I know people heard me giving Tank heat all the time, and I have, but it's only specifically been the way he's moving. No one can ever accuse me of saying that I was sleeping on Tank's skills. I was sleeping on his potential. I was sleeping on his ceiling. I've always said he's only 25. He needs to start to change now, but Tank can be a great boxer. I've always said that because the kid, well, the dude has skills, like he can fight. So I've never slept on his skills. And I don't think that Leo Santa Cruz, even with everything Mark just said, that's even more on top of like to confirm that I don't think Leo Santa Cruz has what it takes to beat Tank. Even before that, those factors that Mark brought to the table, the high work rate, I still didn't think that Leo Santa Cruz would beat Tank if we don't consider that, because you have to be able to deter a Tank Davis. And Leo Santa Cruz has never been this big puncher, but also Tank Davis, to me, has shown he has a pretty good chin. So you're talking about a guy who doesn't really hit that hard. Having to deter a Tank that has a good chin and can put you to sleep. I never saw Leo Santa Cruz winning this. And I didn't really listen to all of this taking them into deep waters. Now, prior to Tank Davis changing up his regimen, actually being dedicated in the gym, there was some, you could put some value into Leo taking Tank into deep waters and, gassing him out. But again, I look at what Tank's been doing, how he's been exercising, his form, his body, how cut up he is this far away from a fight, which is something I've never seen. But I think he trashes Leo Santa Cruz. Absolutely trashes this dude. That's just how I see it.
I'm not gonna say Leo can't punch. He might not have no knockout power, maybe because the way he do punch and he's a volume puncher. But I think he got enough power to get some respect.
At 130, he's only fought Flores at 130, dead game. He's not throwing a punch to show us anything at 130. And
well, I mean, even at the lighter weight, I mean, he's not a knockout type of guy. He's not even going in there for the knockout. He's trying to outbox you and outwork you. So we're gonna see, man. I think it's gonna be a great fight. I just think that I think also Leo is a big guy for that weight. Not big, but I mean he's a tall, long guy. So
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
He's tiny at 130. Like he's tall, but he's tiny. He's really tiny. Leo Santa Cruz is a
narrow shoulders.
He's very, very narrow. Like if you look at him next to Carl Frampton's tiny at 130 next to Jamel Herring. He's tiny, right? Leo's a little taller than Carl. Carl's got about 3 inches of width on him, and Carl's tiny. Carl was small next to Quigg, who was made to look like a midget next to John O'Carroll.
Yeah.
These guys, their frames, when they're not gonna featherweight, they're already getting pretty bigger in terms of width. You know what I mean? We're looking at a featherweight right now up at 135 doing work in Loma, and he's not, even though he's smaller than these guys in height, he's not like the slimmest in terms of broadness, But Leo, he's a 118 pounder that game.
Yeah. Boston Nick, what's up, brother? Leo Parker in the building. You got some swanky pack there. Man, I tell y'all what, if y'all ever came to visit me, you would be quite disappointed.
I'd be very fucking disappointed.
Yeah. I would just say that. Let me just say that. Blues Boxing, what's up with your brother? MMA champ in the building. Go ahead, Mark.
D, one day you need to come in like live from Chernobyl or some shit like that. Some nuclear reactor or something. That'd be sick.
Yeah, US. It is pay-per-view. Wow. See, I didn't even know that card was pay-per-view. See?
Oh God. Oh God. Yeah. Well, Dane. How much is that on ESPN Plus or something, Boston Nick?
I'm not sure, but oh wait. No. Different comment. He said isn't pay-per-view. See, Nick, this is what I was saying though. If he was to put on a major card, Nick, he would charge for it. So then it would be a major card. You know, one of these cards, all of those cards that he had that made our cards look terrible, they were pay-per-views, right? So if he was to put on another card like that, Nick, it would be pay-per-view. So then it would be a thing where it's a pay-per-view card versus a free card. This card ain't pay-per-view, but this card is not going to rival this boxing card. Korean Zombie is the best. I mean, Ortega and Korean Zombie is the known guys, but that's the best fight on the card. So it's not even going to rival this boxing card. Not even a little bit better.
I know Korean Zombie. I've heard the name. I've heard the name.
Those are the two big names. Brian Ortega's pretty popular as well.
I remember his name from some type of injury or something and getting knocked out or something, like a shoulder, getting kicked in the head. I don't know, something like that.
Love you too, mate. All right, so yeah. Sorry, guys.
Does that make any sense, Steve? Does that make any sense? The Korean Zombie getting like injured with his shoulder or something a few years ago and getting knocked out.
You know what? You might want to ask my man Boston Nick.
Yeah, like his name sounds familiar from some fight. I don't even know what weight division he's in.
Well,
was it a fight with Jose Aldo?
You hear me?
Yeah,
yeah, he's a beast. That's generally when names from any sport goes fluttering around. It's because they're a fucking beast. So I will tell you that about Korean Zombie. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter. So that's the kind of thing that gets your name outside of your sport. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I'm always falling behind. What's up? I buy houses in the building. Alistair 49, what's good with you? My man Jeff up in here, and Kevin, what's good with you, Kevin? Kevin, our names are very, very close. I just have an L in mine. It's Kelvin. Yeah, that was nice of him. Dana grew up boxing fan, promoter / promoter. Yeah, he won't do it to be nice though, Nick. Fuck that. That was a business move. Dana White has never been nice to boxing, and trust and believe, it wasn't a fair gesture this time. No, sir. He's talking about when. Okay, there you go, Mark. He said you're talking about when elbowed Korean Zombie. That I
yeah. That's the one. That's how I came to know who that dude was. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, elbowed Zombie within a half a second of the 5th round fight. Yep, I do remember that. Right when Nick said it, knocked him slam out in that one. Pigeon Mike Tyson, what's good? He said, and knocked him out. Yeah, knocked him out.
That's crazy.
That's just in time, Nick. Just in time.
Sorry about my casual ass when it comes to MMA.
Oh man, please, it don't even matter.
So that zombie cat, that's an MMA fighter?
Yeah. Korean Zombie's an MMA, and Brian Ortega. That's the big fight.
Yeah, that's the big fight this weekend in UFC. It's going up against Loma Teo. Very few times will I say boxing's going to beat UFC on a weekend, but this is one weekend boxing's going to cream UFC on a weekend.
Well, I asked that because I didn't even really, get on the card, and I'm gonna probably go to Bovada and place a couple of bets. But I got 2 questions for you guys, bro. My first one is, what did y'all see? If it means anything out of the press conference or that face to face, did y'all see anything that's telling? And
let's talk about that. Yeah, good question.
Okay. Good question. Will I go first or you do?
No, go ahead. You go first.
Yeah. So I did see a little bit of a nervous disposition from Tio, but I don't. It's not in a bad way. Tio's naturally quite jittery and excited most of the time. Anyway, moving around, looking, whatever. I did see Loma tapping his foot a lot, but Loma taps his foot a lot in most places. I see him doing a lot, which is fine. Loma was staring at Tio. Tio wasn't really paying attention to him, which is interesting. He was just paying attention to the questions. For me, like, I felt the nervous energy is a good thing because Loma did specify that he's expecting this to be a chess match. You know, he did say it's going to be a chess match. And Teofimo, if he's got this nervous energy, I think Teofimo's going to be cagier than people think. A lot of people just expect him to run down Loma, explode, beat him up. I think he's going to be very cagey and make Loma have second guesses about engaging quick. And I think like he's gonna keep it like that. I think that's what I got from it. We're gonna see a cagey opening, very cagey, kind of like the press conference because it was pretty cagey to be honest. It was, you could feel a little bit of tension, but not in a bad way. It was just nervous excitement. So not really too much. What about you, D?
Yeah, that's why I am with it. I think the nervousness was from the excitement of the fight. I don't think that for 1 second it's any nervousness or fear of Lomachenko. Saint Brit says this fight has the potential to end up like Fury Wilder. Well, Saint Brit, I will tell you this. I hope in your example or your analogy that Teofimo Lopez is going to be the Wilder, because as I've said so many times, Teofimo Lopez is going to knock Lomachenko the fuck out, coincidentally, 7th round. Now, but back to what I was saying there. Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. And I'm good question too, Big Game, because I wanted to respond to that because I hear a lot of people talking about this kid being nervous and all of that. That guy, IBT, Rodnell, what's up? I don't think for 1 second that it's that type of thing with Teofimo, this nervousness. I don't think Lomachenko has any fear or nervousness of getting in there with Teofimo either. You know, I think that a lot of times fans see what they want to see. They look into, oh, he's scared. That's it. Yeah, he's done. You know, you heard the same shit from a lot of Charlo haters. Jermel, I'm talking about, in that second fight with Tony Harrison. So many people believe that Tony Harrison had the best of him. And their press conference, he was all in Charlo's head. He had Charlo, and Charlo came out there and sparked him. And when you watch the fight, he didn't look like he was in Charlo's head. Charlo did the same thing he usually does. When you watch the fight, it was Tony Harrison that lost his mental in that fight. So I mean, we can assume what we see in these guys, but that doesn't necessarily tell me anything. It really doesn't. I don't judge fights off of personality or character or how they look and in your face at a press conference or a weigh-in. You know, their bodies, I might judge how their body looks in the weigh-in, but the personality and characteristic, I always hear people talk about that, and that could play some in these fights, but I don't pay much attention to that because we don't really know what these guys' mental is. And I've seen so many times people feel like one fighter got the mental edge, and that fighter with the so-called mental edge goes in there and gets beaten. Sometimes gets beaten badly. So, you know, none of us are Dr. Phil, fam. We can't fucking look at these guys and tell what their mental is, in my opinion.
And like on top of that, like you'll see a lot of people, you can read nervous energy like anybody who's moving around whatever way you want. You can put positive or negative connotations on it. So if Teofimo's like moving around or shifting in the seat, people can be like, oh, he's scared, whatever. To me, like I did think Loma looked more confident, but maybe that, and people can disagree, but maybe that's just because Loma's been in this situation 1,000,001 times. For Tio, he's going to have a little bit more of a nervous disposition naturally. This is a natural thing. He's so young. He's 23. It's very rare that a 23-year-old is fighting against a two-time Olympic gold medalist, three-weight world champion in what's being built by them as an undisputed title fight. That's a very rare situation to find yourself in life. How many people find themselves in that situation? Oh, I'll tell you. the last time there was a situation like this for undisputed and everything at lightweight, Pernell was fighting in the damn fight, fam. That's the last time this shit was happening.
Right.
So this is a once in a generation type shit at lightweight. It doesn't happen anymore. Like you look at the names associated with that undisputed crap: Pernell Whitaker, Roberto Duran. Like, let's just leave it at that. So it's going to be a nervous enough situation for him. But you can also say, well, yeah, he's nervous, but he's excited. You can put negative and positive connotations. You can be like, Loma looks ready, staring down Tio. We can knock him out. And you can also say that Teofimo didn't even pay any attention to him because he doesn't even think he's worth anything. Because he kept looking. He never paid attention to him.
Right. You know what else, too, Mark? The last time, another analogy, the last time a 23-year-old went to fight the best in boxing, give him the same amount of nervousness that Canelo had. Because I don't think Canelo was nervous at all when he went in there with Floyd. And that's the last time we seen a 23-year-old fight arguably the best in boxing, was Canelo Floyd. And Canelo went in there and performed well, but he got beat by the better guy, which could definitely happen to the kid. That could definitely happen to Teofimo. But I'm with Mark 100%. I think this is more of a nervous energy just leading to the fight, not being nervous of Lomachenko or anything like that. P, what's up? Is that you, P, or some troll? Because
no. It's me, man. It's me.
All right, what's up, bro? What's up?
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm just listening. Keep cooking.
Oh, okay.
I want to piggyback on what y'all just said real quick.
Go ahead, jump in there.
I think also we also have to realize the fight with Comey was actually the biggest fight of his career, and he performed. But so as far as him coming in at the stage being too big, I don't think it will be. But one statement I made last week was I said that Lomachenko is a big guy, and I said that because I think Tio is a big guy, and when they had their 10-day or 2-week weigh-in, there was only like a pound and a half difference.
Yeah.
But whenever I looked at their faces, it looked like his face seemed more full, and Tio's face seems a little bit more drawn in.
Yeah.
And I think Lomo is going to make the weight a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, of course.
So come today, I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about the weigh-in, and how they look. I don't know what time that's gonna be, but
I mean, I agree with you, Dead Gang, but you got to think about it like this: Lomachenko's comfortable weight is 126, 130. He's above his comfortable weight, right? So you're talking about a guy who may have had to knock off 13, 14 pounds, versus a guy who was at 160 at one point and still growing, right? And even Teofimo admitted it. He said, I'm not going to struggle making weight. I've never struggled. I've always made weight. He said it's not going to be easy. Cutting weight is not an easy thing to do, but there's going to be no struggle. So you probably did see, because he actually has to do more work to cut weight. Lomachenko sort of just has to fit. He just has to fit in. It's not going to be hard for him. When you move up in weight and you get closer to your walk around weight, then it ain't that hard to cut weight, because you ain't cutting that much. And Loma's not like this. Teofimo's naturally the bigger guy.
When you cutting weight, I think that will give you a little bit of that nervous energy. The way he was looking, your emotions are high. I think he's an emotional guy. Not to say it's bad, but just listening to him, when once he gets his feelings, he do kind of get emotional. But my next question was, this IBF title is going to be on the line. Are they going to have the I think the weight restriction or something like that for the IBF? Is that being in account?
How does that work, Mark? Which belt takes precedence?
Can you explain it to me real quick? I didn't hear what you said.
What I'm saying is the IBF. I think with the IBF, you have
they got the 10-pound exclusion.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, the IBF waived that. Remember, they waived the 10-pound weight clause for unification fights. So in
Okay.
unification fights, the 10-pound weight clause is now excluded.
Yeah.
Because remember, remember they did it, and they said that they were doing it for the Danny Jacobs and Canelo fight. But Canelo insisted on putting the rehydration clause in there, but they had already waived it from all of their unifications. So
Yeah, and see, it makes sense that they would do that for unification, because then you would kind of let one sanctioning body take precedence, right? If it's not
yes,
the ruling of WBO or WBC, then or WBA, then how can you say, okay, we're going to go with this sanctioning body's ruling? You would allow them to take precedence over the fight. And then you don't want to get into that. It's enough politics going on with these goddamn fights. So they just waive it so that they're not trying to be the big cheese of the fight or take precedence from, their rulings take precedence over this fight since it's unification. Like, I agree with that. L Dog in the building says, Loma, Loma, Loma. We know, L Dog. We know that you're going for Loma just as much as everybody knows I'm going for Teofimo. It's no secret, L Dog. None. Think I'm biased. What's up with you? He said it's just guys typing on the keyboard saying he's scared. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there. Victor R, what's good with you, Victor? Fish in the building. What's good? Any thoughts on Lopez Sr. not being able to handle watching his son hurt systematically if it goes the way? Yeah, I'll give my thoughts on that again. I'll let you guys give your thoughts first, but I gave it yesterday, but I'll do it again, Fish. What do you guys think about this comment from Fish? He said, any thoughts on on Lopez Sr. not being able to handle watching his son get hurt systematically, taken apart if it goes that way? Remember that the mother who jumped in the ring and attacked the boxer that one time. Y'all remember that? What you guys think about that?
Well, yeah, that's one example of somebody doing it. Do you remember not too long ago in a rematch, Navarrete's first defense of his title, he was fighting Dogbe. Dogbe's dad let that dude nearly die in that ring.
Yeah.
Nearly let him die.
I think that can go by different cultures. Different cultures might look at it a little different. Like I really feel that Loma's dad would let Loma take more punishment than Tio's dad. I just, I don't know. Go ahead, D.
I'm not necessarily sure that it's a cultural thing more than an individual thing, because pride and ego takes place, and men, in my opinion, are one of the worst with pride and ego. Now, it could go either way. Like Teofimo Sr. could be one of these guys full of pride and ego. Fuck that, my son ain't quitting. Right? And then we see this dog-based situation, or it could be one that he pops his ego off the shoulder and like, fuck that, that's my son. Throw the towel. We don't know.
He could, but here's the other thing. He does seem, I'm not trying to slight the guy. He does seem to be very egotistical himself, naturally, very about himself. And I don't think he looks at Teofimo in this fight. I think he looks at him. He's fighting. And more than even his son, which is kind of, he's living very vicariously, in my opinion, through his son. And that's just an opinion thing.
Yeah.
And he might be thinking, I ain't about to look like I'm a pussy in front of the entire world. And that's where I think he'll be. I don't think he's pulling the son out, bro. I think if anybody pulls the towel in that corner, it'll be Joey Gamache.
He's allowed, right? Don't they decide who's going to be able to throw that towel or not?
No, both the head trainer and the assistant trainer can do it.
Oh, okay. P, what you think? What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Mark for once. And I think, I think that, he actually thinks he's in there fighting. This was his dream. He wanted to be a boxer. So I agree. Like, I don't think his ego is too high, just to throw that towel in. It's embarrassment, so I don't think he's going to do that. So it's going to have to be somebody else that's going to do it. But I wouldn't be surprised, if, Teofimo Lopez, if he loses, his dad might get angry. He might, try to attack Loma's team. It might be dramatic, in that fight. What if Lomachenko punches Teofimo Lopez, after the bell,
Right.
This is gonna be this event, man. It's gonna be crazy, bro, man. His dad, the dad, he's too emotional. So, but at the same time, I don't think he's gonna throw that towel in. No way.
Right. Now, my idea is but kind of just coincides with what you and Mark saying, like it's an individual thing. But what their game was saying, I get that too, because America, to a certain extent, the culture of softies, they're so fucking sensitive about everything. You can't say gay or the LGBT community want to jump all down your throat. You can't hint toward like the Heineken commercial, lighter is better. Then black people gonna jump all down your throat. You know, you can't. Each individual culture. America's so fucking sensitive about everything, and this culture. So I get your point too, there, gang. Because you look at other cultures and they don't give a fuck about a lot of the things we get sensitive about. They really don't give a fuck about it. So, and then some cultures like Khabib Nurmagomedov, their culture
They
is of
put. I mean,
warriors.
yeah. I mean,
You know what I
Habib.
mean? Warriors.
Habib's dad put him in there with a bear, bro. What kind
Right,
of shit
right.
is
So
that, bro?
yeah. So here's another good question from Victor R. And what's up, Vic? And I'm gonna crank this one off, and then I'm gonna go around the table with this one. He says, "Does Joey Gamache give Teofimo an edge?" Here's what I say: Teofimo has no edge on Lomachenko. I'm sorry. He has some things that can help him, some things that he may be able to capitalize off. But when I look at an edge, Loma has the edge, period. What Joey Gamache, in my opinion, does for Teofimo is it helps the situation. Because let's be fucking honest. If I had to decide of a trainer, Joey Gamache or Teofimo Sr., I love Teofimo Sr., but I'm going with Joey Gamache. You know what I'm saying? So I would say Joey Gamache definitely gives Teofimo favor, helps him out. But I don't think he necessarily gives him an edge because it's hard for me to see him having an edge over Lomachenko. This kid is in an uphill battle. No edge. He's in an uphill battle. I just think he has enough to get it done. What you think about that, okay?
Well, I mean, I really do believe that having your dad in the corner gives you a little extra push. Um, so I mean, you could get another Joey Gamache. You can't. I mean, your dad is in there. I mean, I think it's more of a psychological thing with having your dad in there. Um, I mean, a lot of the guys with their dads in there, man, they just push it to a different level, bro. So that's a difficult question to answer. I would have his dad in there and whatever good trainer that's in there, bro. Because just like Loma has his dad in there, bro. Floyd had his dad in there. Shane Mosley had his dad in there. These guys push it to a different level when their dad is in their corner, bro. But Devin
Yeah,
Haney, his dad is in there. So
yeah. What you think? Hold on real quick, Mark. Remy, I'm not skipping you, bro. I'm just going down 10 comments at a time. It's the only way I'll be able to keep up. I'm just sliding down. Remy says, "Deep down, skipping me, no problem." Hi, everyone. Nervous to become undisputed. Nah, that boy is going to be just that. Teofimo Lopez, motherfuckers. Damn right, Remy. Go ahead, Mark. What do you think about the Joey Gamache question?
Well, I mean, and I don't think it really. I don't really know if it hurts anybody or if it adds anything really. Like Gamache is a very good trainer, but Teofimo Senior is the one who's doing the training. Gamache will be just there for a little bit of experience, maybe a ward here or there. But then again, it could be a positive having his voice there, but it could also be a negative because it could interrupt with the natural dynamic the two have, and there could be cross confusion or instruction or what's needed at different moments. So I don't know. I'm neither here nor there about the Joey Gamache thing. He's a good trainer though. I rate Joey Gamache. I always have a lot of time for him.
What do you think, Pete?
On this myth that Joey Kamash, he's got secrets, inside secret about Lomachenko's team and all that. It has to stop because, look, at the end of the day, he doesn't work for Lomachenko no more. If he was that good, he would have stayed with Lomachenko. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's no edge, to be honest. I think there's no secret. This is just a myth. There's no advantages. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think Joey Camacho is gonna make any difference.
Okay. All right. So Ralphunreal said, "Till Ralph, let me ask you this: nervous about what? Because we just listed plenty of things that nervousness could be about. But what's your point? Nervous about what? I don't think that any of us denied that we see nerves there. I don't think any of us denied that, but we just spoke on what the nerves could be about. So we would agree with you that you can look in his face and see the nerves, but in your opinion, what are the nerves about? Is it about him being scared to death of Lomachenko? Is it about the situation of this biggest fight of his life? Is it about, what is it about? That's the thing. That's, where we came from. MMA Champ says the fight starts at 9 Eastern, I believe. The card does. No telling when the fight start. He'll get
Yeah,
3 knockouts straight. Teofimo
so
look nervous like D does when he debates Monty.
from what I know, the main card starts at 3 a.m. UK time. It starts at 3 a.m. UK time,
Yeah.
or yeah, 3 a.m. UK time or like 2:30. So I'm expecting ring walks roughly around 5 a.m., 5:15 UK time for the people who are asking.
Sounds about right to me. I don't think Loma was confident just reading Teofimo, reading his frame. Looked to me as Loma was studying his behavior. Could be. Could be. Lomachenko's a smart guy. He's always studying a lot of stuff. So I wouldn't really argue that. You know, wouldn't really argue that. If anybody wants to bring up a point, go ahead. I'm just in chat right.
Like sometimes, yeah, when you're fighting against somebody, yeah, like it doesn't matter like how you react in the press conference, like whether you put your head up or whether you put your head down. I think like Teofimo Lopez, he's trying to concentrate and he don't want to look at him until the night he's gonna fight. So maybe that's his way of concentrating. He doesn't need to look at him now. What's the point if I'm not gonna fight you? You know what I mean? Just keep myself to myself. That the night I'm gonna fight you, yeah, that's when I'm gonna look at your face because I know I'm gonna come for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Plus, also at the same point, a lot of these fighters, they're not like press conference guys. Like Teofimo, like he's never been one for the press conferences. Even when he's there, yeah, he'll say some things to excite people or whatever. But for the better part, like, for the better part with Teofimo, when he's at these press conferences, he's whatever. Like he's kind of always been the same. Even in videos when he's talking to like Rowley and stuff, he looks a little jittery naturally. He's just one of those. He could be like someone who has ADD, but he's a fighter. It's not about how nervous he is at a press conference. It's about how he is when he's inside that ring. And like that's the bottom line, really. Like a lot of fighters look one way in the press conference and then completely different inside the ring. Completely different.
Yeah. Yeah. Rodnell said, "Why it seemed like I'm the only one to see the behind the scenes? Did the YouTube remove the video?" I think all of us seen that behind the scenes deal, Rodnell. I think we one thing too, and I said about so Top Rank, I'm pretty sure released this, and I personally think that Teofimo and Senior signed off on it. Like, yeah, okay, fine, release it because I feel like it was a thing of the past. Guys, that shit wasn't 2 days ago. Teofimo said that shit. It wasn't 3 days ago, he said. It was something that was in the past and maybe they worked through it. So
you talking about when he said about his dad or something like that?
well,
Or was he crying? Was he crying or something like that?
It was a 3-part series, bro. So I heard people say different things about different parts of that 3-part series. My thing is that 3-part series didn't happen 3 days ago, and it wasn't made on what was said 3 days ago. It was some things that was said in the past. You understand what I'm saying? And we don't really know whether him or his dad have worked through that or not. We don't really know where Teofimo's head is with that or not. And I really didn't put a whole lot into it. It's like I say, man, I don't put a lot into what people say about these fighters mentally. I don't sit there and try to psychoanalyze these guys from fucking press conferences or weigh-ins. I just don't do that because we're not telepathic and we're not in these guys' fucking head. And as far as I know, most of us are not fucking body language experts to be breaking that shit down. And I don't even try to.
But I can say, I mean, they had that little documentary of behind the scenes with the Loma and Tio little interview, and his dad does seem like he wants the glory. Like, I don't know, it's like, like they made the statement about, I have the remote while you in the ring, something like that. And it just does kind of seem like his dad wants more credit than what I think he deserves personally. But and I think Tio also picks up on it to where he might end up dropping his dad after this fight.
Well, I that's something we can talk about that too, because that's something that Mark and I talked about before. And I will say this, with the thing going on with his dad and the assessment that people are making about his dad, living through him vicariously, this, that, and the third, could be the case. But one thing for certain, two things for sure. One thing for sure, two things for certain on that. Teofimo Sr. ain't in the fucking ring with Lomachenko. He could try to live vicariously through his son and all of that bullshit, whatever, but it's Teofimo Lopez, the boxer, that's getting ready to fight Lomachenko. The only thing that Teofimo Sr. can do after this fight, if he is living vicariously through his son, is be happy or be fucking disappointed. But he ain't the one fighting. So all of that shit could be true. It could be. He wants to get glory through what his son did, but he ain't in the ring. That's just how I look at that. He ain't the one that is going down with it. Thanks for coming through, Mark. I don't know if you fell off or backed out. That room is strictly no smoking. I'm breaking the rules, Mr. E. What's up with you? I'm breaking the rules. Uncle Pete, what's up? Back in the building.
Howdy. How we doing? Fresh as a daisy right now. I'm not tired at all. I'm not tired at all. I'll be honest with you. Hey, D, I was just thinking when I was sitting here, who fucking cares what's in these guys' heads? You know what? Sometimes there's not much in your head. You never have someone try to like analyze you and like get to the bottom of what's wrong. Sometimes there's just not much fucking to talk about, Just get in there. Listen, guys, get in there and try to kill each other because you can't really do it. It's a sport.
Hey, man,
so hop in there, try to really kill each other. Chances are you probably won't do it.
It could happen.
And it'll give us a good fight. And if the dad wants to get in the ring too, then hop in there too. I watch that, like a bonus 3 rounds, Lomachenko versus Tio's dad. I watch that.
Who you got?
I got Loma by decision. The dads? Oh shit. Watch out.
The Papas.
In a fight?
I just think
in a fight.
I think Anatoly throw a high kick at him or something.
Those caskets. Teofimo, Lomachenko's dad has been a trainer. He's not just a one-trick pony. He's not just trained Lomachenko. He trained fucking Usyk. He trained Volsdik in the amateurs for a while. Like, this guy has success in training. So he knows the game, I would believe, a lot better than Teofimo Sr. Another thing is those guys and their element, their culture, where they from, again, they fucking warriors, fam. Yeah. So I would actually have to put my money on Anatoly. you might get in there and put some work on.
Pause. If they fight, you're talking about if they fight in the ring.
Yeah, they fight.
No way. Look, have you seen how big Senior is? Tio Senior? He's a lot bigger than him. It won't be fair.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know these guys as fighters.
No, he's too small. He's too small to even it won't be a fair fight.
No, fuck that. Wait. That rationalization, Pete, you can ball that shit up and throw it in the trash. Because me, sir, this is from personal experience. I'm 5'6". Used to be 160, 170 pounds until I got sick. But I'm 5'6". And when I was that time out there fighting in the streets, I beat plenty motherfuckers up. 5'11", 6 foot, 220 pounds, beat the shit out of them. So I don't want to hear that side shit. I did it personally. I have experience.
We're talking about boxing.
You can can that side shit. You can can it. You can can that shit. When I went to the penitentiary, I beat up big motherfuckers. That side shit don't fucking matter. Now I got my ass whooped many times. Don't get me wrong. I just wasn't scared of anyone. So I got, you never be as many fights as I have in the street and not get your ass whooped. If you do, you cover the fucking lie.
You seen D Jefferson and like Bonafide? Remember blood in, blood out, bona fide with the, yo, man, give me another chop, man. I know Muslim, man. Hey, listen, the dads ain't gonna fight. Don't worry about the catch weights, man. Don't get into this. Go down this road, man. Listen, we can get a catch weight for the dads later. All right. You know, D Jefferson dared to be great. So can Anatoly. Don't worry.
They're gonna fight just as much as Kenny Porter and Angel Garcia fought. Right?
They're gonna do as much as our dads. They're gonna do as much as our dads felt like they could do when we were playing sports, which is not much. You're out of you're out of your mind. Let them.
I don't know, fam. I seen Kenny Porter slap the shit out of
I'm too old for this shit.
Oh yeah, but Fred ain't nobody's dad. Just in the ring. Fred needed to be smacked the shit out of him. Somebody needed to smack the shit out of that dude.
Fred got checked, boy.
Boy, and look, if that wasn't a smack, that was the hardest mush I've seen in about 20 years. Shut the fuck up. Man, that was so funny, dog. That was priceless. Joshua Little Don, what's good with you, family? Yeah, man, that was great. That guy says the amount of times Neo slipped in his corner in the first Navarrete fight was pretty terrible. Oh, okay. That's a different fight. I thought you was on Teofimo, man. But who's that? Pete.
What's up, baby?
Pete. Yeah. Uncle Pete. Did you respond to the whole Dana White situation? Because that was the initial topic. Dana White laying off a little bit for this fight this weekend, not trying to be as competitive with boxing. And I think that was done strategic. What do you think?
I think just at just off the cuff, man, just best I can know, which is probably not much, but I don't think Dana White's got a big problem with Bob Arum. I don't think he's looking to shit on Bob.
Yeah, it's all about Oscar De La Coca.
I think that if there's any of that going on, I think it's more like he'd be interested in taking a nice shit on DAZN every chance he gets because they're running that Bellator shit, and UFC is going to be UFC. But I think he's got respect for Dana White. I mean, for Bob Arum. Fuck it. I don't care what they ran over there in UFC. They could have, the ghost of fucking Royce Gracie fucking himself. I'm still watching T.O. and Loma. That's all there is. Hey, maybe maybe Dana wants to see the fight. He probably wants to see the fight. Fuck. You close the show. I'm going to the fight.
Right. I feel that shit, Bud said, I think Loma will win, but I put money on Teofimo. The odds are too good. Yeah, no doubt. Good bet. Good bet. Joey never worked a full camp with Lomachenko. They brought him in 9 days before the fights and let him go. Yeah, you got all the information on Lomachenko.
Who's Joey? Who's Joey, man? Fill me in on who's Joey.
Joey Gamache, a trainer. He's a trainer. He's been around the bush, and he was helping Teofimo out. And L-Dog just put that up because he don't want anybody to feel like that it gives Teofimo any edge over his guy Lomachenko. Very spectacle in the building was good. You will see my channel. He said Teofimo showed nervousness, in my opinion, when he cried on TV. Yeah, Teo wanted the year off. Well, when he cried on TV, that was never aired. There, you will see my channel. This was something that we just talked about earlier. Maybe you just jumped in here or whatever, but that was all about
might be the weight cut
promotion.
Might be the weight cut.
They put it out.
The weight cut.
Nah, it was some earlier shit. B. That shit don't have nothing to do with this fight. Hey, real quick, fantasy boxing. Today is the day to get in. Okay, you got to get your picks in today. Go to Fantasy Boxing Prediction League on Facebook. If you have Facebook, just go to here, hit the like the page, drop your pick. Has the pick posted. Drop your pick for this week, and you're in there. It's the first week of the season, so it's the perfect time to get in there and see if any of you suckers can beat D Jeff, because that's the key. Can you beat D Jeff? I don't know. Plenty have tried. Plenty have tried, but only 3 have succeeded. Shout out to Lisa Bales, Mark Unrivaled, and IBT. The rest of you suckers, get your game up. Come join the prediction league and see if you can beat D Jeff. And if you don't have Facebook, you go to my man Champ email right here, Champ EZ22@yahoo.com. Okay, you can get in that way too. Get in today.
Damn.
See if you can beat D Jeff or at least get 15th place in that league by the end of the season. If you can do that, you get my respect. Until then, don't tell me shit about what goes on in that break.
Hey D, is that pitch run by you or somebody else?
No, Chat Ross, the guy that you see the comment up there, Chat Ross, that's his league. He is the man. This dude does a phenomenal job with the page, fam. Like everything is great on the page. You'll love it. He gives you updates, like constant updates on the leaders, you know, what the
Yeah, it's
scores
all right.
are.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, it's only all right because you
I'm sorry, D.
can't beat the
Yeah, but listen though, you can tell I'm having a long week. Shout out to Lisa Bales, and I swear to God, I've been laughing because I thought his email was chimpanzee22, and I've been laughing my ass off ever since he put that message up. I'm going, yo, check my man out. I didn't even know what he was talking about. Yo, shoot me an email at chimpanzee22. And Lisa, sorry again, Lisa Bales with an I, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Don't worry, Joshua Little John. That fight's not happening. Tyson Fury beat the hell out of F.A. Jogba. He's nowhere near on the level to be fighting no Tyson Fury. This
Make
kid,
the fight. Make the fight then. Make the fight.
listen, P. Calm down with that shit. Don't even start it. This is why I call you black bias. If you think,
Make the fight.
hold up, P. Hold up. You can get the floor. This is why, see, you get mad at me when you say, how you going to say that? Blah, 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 blah. If you think for any fucking second that a fucking green ass, unaccomplished, not finished, F.A. Jogba has a chance against arguably number one or number two heavyweight, you argue Joshua Fury. If you think for any chance after getting knocked down by a fucking Gloved that F.A. Jogba has any chance against Fury, it shows your fucking bias. Because once again, even though you claim that's not the case, like Watsi will beat Dimitri Bivol, now you have F.A. Jogba even competing with Fury. That's black bias, fam. That's why I say that you're biased toward black. Now, you take that as an insult or something, but it's just the truth. You show it in every fucking pick, fam. You're willing to bet Watsi beats Dimitri Bivol, and now you're talking about some make the fight with F.A. Jogba. No, his trainers, his team, and his coaches, I think, are too fucking smart to make that goddamn fight. We won't see F.A. Jogba get in there with Tyson Fury because he's simply not ready, not even close. And
I got an idea.
Why not? Why not make the fight? I'm not saying Jagba is going to beat him, but you know what? Why not? Why not? What's wrong with it? At least it's better.
Hold on, whoever that is. Hold on. Let me explain to you why not make the fight. Because it's first and foremost bad for F.A. Jogba. You're throwing them in there to the slaughter, bro. You're throwing them in the lion's den. Throwing them in the wolf's den. He's not fucking ready. So that's the first reason it's bad. Why not make that fight? Because it doesn't do F.A. Jogba no service to take him up that many levels just to get beat up. Number two, it does absolutely nothing for Fury. This dude is a prospect. Fury beating up a prospect instead of fighting the Dillian Whites, the Oscar Rivas, the Deontay Wilders, which you fucking guys claim that he's ducking, not you, P, but you idiots out there claim that he's ducking. And P, I think you said it too. See, it does nothing for Fury to fucking fight and beat up a prospect. Number three, that fight makes no money. Don't nobody fucking know F.A. Jogba. No one.
What about Ajit Kabaya? Who knows Ajit Kabaya?
What?
Who knows Ajit Kabaya? Who knows Otto Warling? Come on, man.
Listen, P, you asked me why not. I just gave you three valid reasons. Now you tell me why the fuck make a fight with F.A. Jogba. Why?
That'll make a lot of money because a lot of Nigerians support F.A. Jogba. F.A. Jogba got a lot of people supporting him that you don't know about. I'm telling you now, that fight is going to do a lot of numbers. I'm not saying that Jogba is going to win, but it's going to do a lot better than Otto Warling.
I got an idea. I got an idea, D. So I do. What about F.A. Jogba versus Otto Warling?
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. But F.A. Jogba fighting the number one and number two heavyweight is just fucking stupid, man. That fight
we're not talking about Warling, Otto Warling against Jogba. We're talking about who Tyson Fury going to face next. That's what I'm saying. He's
Well, it
gonna face
ain't motherfucking be a Jagba, and he doesn't deserve the chance. What the fuck has a Jagba done to even deserve a title shot, P? Because he's black? Because he's Nigerian? What the fuck
I'm
has
not
he done
saying
to
that, but listen,
deserve that shot? When?
I'm not saying that, but he's gonna face Ajit Kabaya. He's gonna face, you know, a lower tier, you know, at the top 50.
No. That is your fucking opinion. But Ajit Kabaya is ranked 15. F.A. Job was not even fucking ranked, man.
He is ranked. He's ranked. He's number 14.
15 in the WBC.
He is ranked. How about look at the rankings? He is ranked.
Oh yeah, for your son.
Look at it. He's ranked.
What is his ranking in the WBC?
Number 14. Number 14. Have a look.
Okay, well,
number
14. If he's ranked number 14, that's a horrible fight because I wonder if he'll get past Ajit Kabaya, and I'm not even capping.
That's perfect. Man.
If he's ranked number 50, that's a horrible ranking because he probably doesn't even beat Ajit Kabaya. You know why? Because nobody on his resume is a better fighter than Ajit Kabaya, which is amazing to me how he's ranked higher than him.
That's why I said make the fight, because at the end of the day, he's gonna fight somebody that's ranked, you know, at the top 15. F.A. Ajagba is ranked number 14. So why not? That's what I said. Make the fight. It's not like I'm saying he's gonna get beat. Obviously, Fury. I got Fury winning that fight, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna get hurt though. Fury will get hurt because Ajagba is a big.
No, he won't. Ajagba doesn't have the skills to do it, bro. And not only that, you're talking about just make the fight. Make the fight. Why? So Blue Blood and fucking BFTB and them can come out talking shit about how Fury want to go fight a prospect. That's all. That's why you should make the fight, because that's all the fuck they'll do if Fury goes to sign up for F.A. and Jagba. They're not going to do nothing but make 1,000 videos talking shit about it. Get the fuck on with that shit, P. And don't fucking sit up here and act like they won't, because they're already trying to say he fucking ducked and Wilder. So just please, if he fucking signs up to fight an F.A. or Jagba, that don't do nothing but fucking fill their clips with ammunition to start firing fucking shots off at Fury. It's a dumb fucking fight to make, and they would clown that fucking fight. That's how dumb that fight is to make. I can guarantee you BFTB would have a field day with that fucking fight. Aaron fucking T, and in my opinion, he would have every right to fire every shot at Fury for taking a fight against a prospect who's proven nothing in an FA.
That's ranked. He's ranked. He's ranked. That's all that matters. He's
whatever, bro. It's a ridiculous fight. There ain't shit you can do to come up here and spread no narrative about how it's a good fight or make a fight, because that's what a narrative is. Bullshit. Okay?
It's more exciting than Ajit Kabaya. Nobody knows Ajit Kabaya.
Nobody knows F.A. Jagba. You and Nigerians, fam. So get the fuck out of here with that. Don't nobody know F.A. Jagba. He's no fucking star or nothing. You and Nigerians. That's it. I bet you wherever the fuck Ajit Kabaya is from, they all know him. Just like the people in Nigeria know fucking F.A. Jagba. But on the grand scheme of things, I don't know fucking body know F.A. Jagba neither.
Okay, where was Tom Schwartz supporters? Because Tom Schwartz from Germany.
I don't want to hear about Tom Schwartz. The fight is stupid. So you can keep going on and on. That's a stupid fight. You cannot make sense of that fight, Pete.
Okay, but let me make sense. Let me make sense. Tom Schwartz is from Germany, and Ajit Kabaya is from Germany. Nobody cared about Tom Schwartz. Why should they care about Ajit Kabaya? I'm telling you now, yeah, F.A. Jagba got more fans, than most of the people at the top 15 at WBC. Trust me on that one. He does numbers.
Bro, he doesn't do shit, bro. What do you have to say he does numbers? What? Put up some receipts. Put links in the chat where F.A. Jagba fights was showing that many numbers. If he wasn't on a fucking undercard, and this dude's been an undercard fighter. What the fuck do you mean he putting up numbers? None of the fights were dedicated to him. So how is he putting up numbers? He's an undercard fighter. You know, undercard? He's an undercard fighter. Maybe he'll slide in on the main card as an attraction. But they've set no fights up as an F.A. Jagba attraction. So where are you getting this that he does numbers from? Where? How are you calculating it?
Okay, look at YouTube. Just put in Ajit fight.
Answer that question. How the fuck are you calculating F.A. Jagba's numbers? Let's start from there. Don't give me all of this other bullshit. How are you calculating F.A. Ajagba's numbers? He's had
Just
no
on YouTube, go YouTube, just watch one of these fights, and you can see the numbers. He does a lot of numbers. A lot
How
of
are
numbers.
you calculating those numbers? Because he was on someone else's card. So if there's anything, any credit that would be given for those fights, it would be the main attraction, which has never been F.A. Ajagba. So my question to you, P-Boxing, is how the fuck are you calculating F.A. Ajagba's numbers that he does big numbers?
Hear me out, then. Hear me out. You know when you look for fighters, yeah, like Ajagba's last fight, yeah, like just type in, yeah, Ajagba, faces, Kalatse, you know what I mean, or the other guy, I forgot, the Romanian guy that he fought last time. Have a look, and you'll see the numbers that he do. He does more numbers than Ajit Kabaya and Otto Walling. That's what I'm saying. That's separately. When you look at the separate fights, it's separate. Not the main card.
Okay, check this out. This is why you need to learn about how this sport works a little better. Because what you just described is search results. Search results. You put them in, you search them. So what you just described is what his search results would be. But that does not, in no way, shape, form, or fashion, equate to the amount of numbers he's done. Period. No way. Doesn't even correlate. Not even at all. So learn this sport better before you come up here with these narratives. This is what I call narratives. Narratives is just a statement pushing some shit that is absolute bullshit. It doesn't make any sense at all. And what you're saying about Tyson Fury and F.A. Ajagba makes zero sense. It makes zero sense for the money. It makes zero sense for a big fight in boxing. It makes zero sense to prove anything for Fury or Ajagba. It doesn't make sense. That's called a narrative. It don't fucking make sense, man. And you can't make it make sense.
Okay, let's watch a boring fight against Ajit Kabaya then. That nobody's gonna care. At least F.A. is gonna, bring a little bit of fire, the power, the range. Like his reach is quite. He's got long arms. At least he's time a little bit of a chance. Ajit Kabaya got a zero chance of beating Tyson Fury. There's no chance whatsoever. At least F.A. Ajagba, he's gonna bring in a little bit of spice. I'm not saying he's gonna beat him. Obviously, Fury's gonna be like, to me, Fury's gonna beat him. Probably school him. But you know what? I don't mind seeing that fight. So what if he loses? Who cares? Everyone loses.
My man loves to argue about Wilder, boy. It could be like the day before.
He
like
just
the
loves to argue
We're not talking about Wilder. You know what I mean?
He
talking about
or Jagba, whoever.
He loves to argue about black fighters that don't have much of a chance because he's about to put $100 bet on Gathje versus Dimitri Bivol. Then when I call him biased, he gets upset that he's biased toward black fighters. Just admit it. I'm biased toward Teofimo Lopez, and I admit that. Just admit you're biased toward black fighters. Because if you come out with two absolutely ridiculous statements, F.A. Ajagba making any kind of sense versus Tyson Fury, Joshua Buatsi beating Dimitri Bivol, you're giving yourself away, fam. You're biased.
Nobody wants to see
it as being bad, but you're biased.
D.
Nobody wants to see Fury facing a bomb. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and F.A. Ajagba would be equal to that. Exactly. A bum compared to Fury. That's exactly what he would be equal to, a bum. I don't call fighters bum, but if you want to sit up here and label somebody a bum, that's exactly what it would be, a bum bash, because F.A. Ajagba has proven absolutely nothing, Pete. Nothing.
Like I did listen, I know you're a Fury dick rider, I mean, whatever I say.
No. It's not about Fury. Don't even try to go there. It's not about Fury. You cannot argue that Fury and Joshua are considered number one and number two. This is not a Fury thing. This is a boxing thing. You cannot argue when it comes to the heavyweight division. There are two guys that everybody's looking at, Fury and Joshua. The only people that's outside of that spectrum is the LDDC and the Wilder thing, okay? But the consensus worldwide and everybody else outside of the LDDC is, hey, Dead Game, take that off, bro.
What's in that blunt, D? Yo, D, what's in that blunt, man?
Hold on for a second, Pete. Hold on, Pete. Hold on. I got to do this because Pete always comes on here with this dumb shit. Now,
God damn.
F.A. Ajagba is nowhere close to the top two heavyweights. So in the normal consensus, Pete, he would be on that equal level of what you guys call a bum, a low-level fighter that has very little chance. 99-1 would be the fucking numbers on Fury versus F.A. Dogma, 99-1. So what you call a bum, that's what this would be, a bum match.
You know why I called him a bum? Because at least F.A. Jagba looks in shape. Someone like Ajit Kabaya, have you seen how he looks like? Out of shape, fat guy, you know what I mean? Just trying to fight so he can just get a paycheck. At least, you know, F.A. Jagba is taking the sport serious, you know what I mean? He's got a lot of Nigerians depending on him. You know what I mean? If you want to call me a black fan, fuck it. I am a black fan. So what? But that's not even a point. At least that's going to be a great fight. It's more spicy. And that's a lot of people don't want to admit it in the chat, but they'd rather see a Jagba faces Fury rather than Ajit Kabaya. So okay, I'm not gonna call him a bum, but like someone else like is it what about Journeyman? Is that all right or what?
I don't even care.
A drifter.
Right now.
A drifter then. Fuck it, a drifter. I don't want to see that fight. Like it's gonna be disgusting. Fury is probably gonna pick him and he's gonna kiss him in the mouth. It's gonna be a clown show.
Okay, well, here's the thing, Pete. The interest level in an Ajit Kabaya fight versus Tyson Fury is 0. I've already actually flamed Fury for that. And I said, here's Fury again with these stupid fights in between a major fight. So he already gets the flame. So the interest level in an Ajit Kabaya versus the Tyson Fury, we agree on that. It's absolutely ridiculous. No interest at all. No intrigue at all in that fight. But what you don't seem to get is the interest level in the F.A. Jagba fight is just the same. No interest, nothing at all. Neither fight means nothing, P. Only thing you're really trying to do here is take 2 worthless fucking fights for Tyson Fury and pump one worthless fight up over the other worthless fight. So this is what I'll do for you, P. It's, if you want to choose the lesser of 2 evils.
You love to fucking get
okay, maybe F.A. Jagba fight.
What about Oscar Rivas?
Hold up. Maybe an F.A. Jagba fight versus Tyson Fury is more interesting, a more worthless ass interesting fight than Tyson Fury versus Ajit Kabaya. I'll give you that. But what you need to understand are these are 2 absolutely ridiculous and worthless fights. That's what you need to understand. No need to try to pump up F.A. It's a worthless fucking fight. No matter what you talk about, Ajit Kabaya, Sefer Safari, Tom Sports, Otto Violin, those are all worthless fights. And people like me, P, that's, you know, can easily call it straight down the line. Guess what I did, P? I've already flamed Fury for those fucking stupid fights in between because I can call it straight down the line. They're all worthless fucking fights, P. And so is F.A. Jagba versus Tyson Fury. It's a worthless fucking fight. And if you want to pump this worthless fight up, go ahead, pump a worthless fight up, P. Pump it up.
Oh yeah, I'm willing to promote.
Pump it up.
A Jagba against Fury or Oscar Rivas against Tyson Fury. I don't want to see another clown show like Otto Walling, Tom Schwartz, you know, where Fury is all happy dancing because he knows, you know, he can beat these, you know, clowns. To be honest, it's not gonna be interesting. It's gonna be just because Ajit Kabaya is in the top 15 at the WBC. You know what I mean? It's a bad taste to watch, bro. Man. That's all I'm saying.
Oscar Rivas versus Tyson Fury is a valid fight. F.A. Jagba versus Tyson Fury is a worthless fucking fight.
I got a feeling though he doesn't want Oscar Rivas. I got a feeling they don't want to take that risk as well with Jagba.
Well, that would be a valid feeling. You know why that would be a valid feeling, Pete? Because once again, in between significant fights, Tyson Fury never takes a fucking valid fight. So you wouldn't be saying anything by saying that. You wouldn't be saying a goddamn thing because historically, this is what Tyson Fury has shown us. He fights the good fights and nothing in between. So if you have that strange feeling, it's probably the feeling that most people have, Pete, because this is what Tyson Fury usually does. Get the fuck, bro.
Here, I'd like to see Tyson Fury fight Michael Hunter.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. It's too risky.
No, but I think that's a good fight. I think that's a good fight.
Man, we can sit here and fire off all of the fights that we think would be good. But here's the odds with my guy Tyson Fury. Okay? Here's the odds. The Tyson Fury, and I repeat because I've said it so many times. Here's the odds. Tyson Fury will most likely take the easiest fight that he can find in between this fight with Wilder. So get that shit through all of you guys' heads. You're going to complain about it. You're going to bitch and moan about it. And I'm going to sit here and laugh because I think it's absolutely hilarious that anybody would imagine or wish that Tyson Fury would do anything else but what he's shown us that he will do. Talk shit, call everybody doses, and fight low-level fights in between.
Do blow.
That's what he's going to do.
Do blow.
That's what he's going to do.
Blow and get fat.
Yeah, right. I mean, this is what Tyson is going to do. This is what he's
speaking
showing.
of that, speaking of fat, speaking of, I gotta jump off for a little bit. Y'all
All
take
right.
it easy. D, I don't know what you're putting in them blunts, man, but I don't know what you fucking get amped up. Every time you start smoking them things, you start getting fucking crazy.
I don't smoke.
Hey, and Master P, Slick Rick the Ruler, Master P.
Yo, Uncle Pete, take it easy, man.
I know I can blame you all I want, for arguing a lot, but D's just as bad. That motherfucker. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him lighting up another one. He's dusting. Hey, he's dusting that motherfucker, man.
Talking about how tough he is. How tough he was when he was in jail. Like earlier.
He is tough, bro. He is tough. He's hard headed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's flexing today. He's flexing. He's flexing. His
you see him packing that shit in there, huh? That ain't just like relaxing. That ain't OG Kush. That's the damn high test.
No, that's the cookies.
That's that. Yeah, right.
That's the cook. No, this is the package for it. That's the cookies.
That's supposed to relax you, dude.
It does. I'm very relaxed.
You're screaming. Oh man. But I love you anyway, man.
Hey,
I'm gonna catch you guys in just a little bit.
Bit.
Yeah, you got a beautiful house there. You're screaming and yelling. You're gonna burn a hole in the fucking carpet behind you. Relax, man. All right, boys. I'll be right back. Peace.
I'll see you later, fam.
I'll be back.
Hey, D. I mean, is that you can get a legal pack like that?
I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Medicinal purpose. And for medicinal purposes, we've been legalized, not recreationally.
So, like that's like the real cookies. I mean, that's the real deal.
It's the real cookies, and outside of that their game, I'm going to plead the fifth so that I don't incriminate myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Let's leave it there. Dragon leg, what's good? What's good with you, fam?
Yeah, I do know you do have some medical issues, so I'll leave it at that.
I do. No,
Yeah,
I actually do, and I'm getting ready to have a surgery here soon. So, and yeah, Pete, and that's another thing, Pete. I have had medical issues for the past couple of years, but believe you me, fam. You just go to my PayPal, which my PayPal, I don't really hide shit or anything, so I have nothing to hide. But if you go to my PayPal, it has my real full name, okay? My government name, as people call it. Go ahead and put that into your search engine because, felons and jail records is public record in this.
Why did you go jail though? What did you go jail for?
I've been locked up too many times to sit here and go down the list.
Okay, what's the highest crime you done?
Drugs.
Oh, just drugs.
Just that's the highest crime that I've been convicted of. Selling drugs and possession with intent to distribute. But I'm just telling you, listen, Pete, this is what I'm telling you, so we don't have to go through this again. I find no glory in those old days. I'm glad I'm away from those old days, but those old days are part of my life. So I don't have to put on no show here and fake like I was tough. Dude, all I used to do was be in the streets. What I was just telling you is public record. You can search it up on the internet, go look up my name, and you'll see a list that covers the whole fucking page, of how many times I've been locked up. I don't have no reason to lie to you people. So you just do that so we don't have to have this back and forth again. Don Machiavelli, what's good with you, fam? Yeah. P hates Mexican fighters. No, I don't think so. He is just biased toward black fighters. I don't see a problem with being biased. I mean, everyone's biased. St. Brit has his biases. Right, St. Brit? St. Brit has his biases. I'm not going to bother with St. Brit, but pretty sure he understands he has his biases. I could point his biases out just like I point P biases out. The difference is this, guys. We all have our biases, but people look at bias like the word bias is the same way people look at the word ignorant, right? A bias is just you favor something for a particular reason. Now, if you're calling it straight down the line, you wouldn't favor anything for a particular reason. You would just call it how you see it. But when you have a bias, whatever that particular reason is, you know, then you favor it because of that reason. Ignorance is just lack of knowledge of.
Yeah, but listen,
Pete, don't do that. Not XVC. Give me a second. Ignorance is just lack of knowledge of, right? But when you say the word ignorant and when you say the word bias, people take that in negatively. They feel negatively about that. But see, a guy like me, I say, yeah, I'm biased of this. A guy like me say, I don't fucking know. So I can admit my bias and I can admit my ignorance. Therefore, those two words are not negative to me at all. But sometimes when you call people biased or ignorant, they take that in as negatively. So P, it's not a negative thing, my friend. What's your bias toward black fighters?
Shall I tell you what? I believe black fighters, they give me what I want. They give me the knockout. They're more like, it's just, if I see Tyson Fury knocking everyone out, like, or being aggressive, like I would go, I would say he's a good boxer. He's a better boxer than everyone else, but he's not aggressive. He's not like, what I want to really see, to be honest. That's why I'm biased towards most black fighters. That's why it comes across as, I'm backing the black fights, because the black fights are giving me what I need, what I want. Do you know what I mean? If I see that, like I like Taylor, actually, just Taylor, because he's a killer. You know what I mean? And he gives me what I need. So, but you don't talk about that, because you know what I mean. We don't really talk about the 140. Okay. You know what I mean, yeah. But at the end of the day, if I see Fury in his next fight, doing the same thing again, then I can see, like, it can influence me. It's all about the influence, what I'm watching on TV. You know what I mean? That's why I come across as biased.
Hey, let me real quick, Brian, real quick. I'm going one. Very, very, very big time supporter, and I love you, brother. But half Puerto Rican in my blood, and I've said this plenty of times before. Punch Drunk knows, a couple of my people know. I can somewhat read and write in Spanish, and I can somewhat understand things. You know the rules here, okay? You already know the rules. So for people that don't know Spanish, no need for me to break it down. But Brown Gone One, don't even do it in Spanish, fam. Like, don't go borderline with it. My bad. I'm not even getting on you, but I pretty much broke that down, and I know what it means, fam. I write to Punch Drunk in Spanish because I'm trying to practice. It's a part of my heritage and culture, and I want to learn the language and everything else. So I don't even do it in Spanish. Cool. Brown Gone One. That's cool. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
No, I was just saying, right? I grew up like a boxer, so I have a bias to the guys who, I have a bias to guys who have got good boxing ability, good ring generalship. That's my bias, and that's not particularly any color, any creed or anything. No. It's just people who I think who are good boxers, because I grew up in the boxing game, and it's something I love, and it's something that always, when I saw good boxing in the ring, it's something I've always looked at and went, this, I enjoy this.
Right. And that's a bias. That's a bias toward boxers that's more in line with the sweet science. And I'm actually with you there. Like, I have a bias more in line of the fighters that's within line of the sweet science. Some people have a bias. Here's another bias you have, P, and you just gave it to us, and I'm not being negative again. P has a bias toward the fighters that will stop, will put them away, that will take it out the judge's hands. But here's the thing with a Tyson Fury, P, when you're in love with the sport of boxing and the sweet science, a fighter that has the skill set to nullify that guy with that power, that's known for stopping guys, that's known for beating up the competition. And Tyson Fury has done it twice. He took down a long-range Klitschko, and then he came around and took down Wilder. So he nullifies that type of fighter that you love so much. And that, my friend, is guys like myself and Brian, Mark, and a lot of other guys love the sweet science so much. We love when a guy can take and nullify that kind of power. As the fight we have coming up tomorrow against my guy, young Teofimo Lopez, and Vasil Lomachenko. the idea is that Vasyl Lomachenko is a guy that Brian and I appreciate. He has what it takes to nullify young Teofimo's power. See? So guys really appreciate that. We have a bias toward fighters for that. That's what a bias is, Pete. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have a bias to people who like to get in there and get the job done, get a knockout, or try to get that knockout. I understand that. Right?
Exactly.
So
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that. Sometimes I just disagree.
One of my biases outweigh the other one. One of my biases, let me say this real quick, Brian. One of my biases outweigh the other one in the situation, right, Pete? Because I've already admitted, I don't really have to admit, everybody knows I'm fucking biased for Teofimo Lopez. Everyone knows that. But I've already admitted it. Now, I'm biased toward Teofimo Lopez, right, Pete? But here's the skinny. I already just gave up one of my biases for the style fighter. Now, even though Lomachenko is the style of fighter that I'm more biased toward, my bias for Teofimo says Teofimo Lopez is gonna knock Lomachenko.
I knew you were going there, D. I knew you were going there, D. You know, but no. In general, though, like, that's what I like. I grew up in the sport, and that's something that always drew me. And I wish I had that ability. I never did. I was more of a brawler when I tried to box. You know, I mainly got my head beaten off me. You know, but I used my attributes and skills to the best of my ability. But I couldn't do what some of these guys could do. I didn't have the skills, and I always wish I did have the skills. So, but as something, when I saw a good boxer, I just looked at and went, yeah.
Right.
Like,
so True Sons with the super chat. Appreciate you guys. I fell behind. I see another super chat, so let me catch these two. True Son says, I'm not a Fury fan, Fury guy, but he can fight. My man, that's what's up. Appreciate that.
that's honest.
I am a Fury guy. Yeah, he can, man. He's a good boxer. I'm gonna slide down to this other. He said I'm smoking that 97. Day 4B gangster. You a 50-year-old virgin. Dude, I'm married with 4 kids. So if that was aimed toward me, I would have to say no. I think you're wrong there. I'm married with 4 beautiful kids, and they weren't artificially inseminated. I'll tell you that. It was the natural deal.
Fair enough.
And by the way, I'm 45, so no, sorry guys. Not a 50-year-old virgin. Here it is. Check Collins, my man. Check Collins. I was wondering where he was at. It's too close to the fight. Check Collins. Appreciate you with the super chat. Chat says 2 days. Well, 1 day now. 2 before I drop your big video. Okay. Loma KO, man. Well, see, chat. Here's the thing. It's got to be KO. I'll give you your props, and of course, I'm going live for the fight, so you can come, serve me up my crow. If you guys fairy tale shall come through.
Here,
So the matter is, chat, is that I don't have to make a video about Loma KO in 8 because it ain't gonna make 8 rounds, chat. Because Teofimo Lopez is gonna knock Lomachenko the fuck out 7th round, fam.
Yeah. Here, Dave, what's happening with me tomorrow night? I won't be watching. I will actually sit up and I'll just watch the fight. Me and my lonesome. I'll turn off all electronics, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Yo, Brian, are you gonna watch it with the volume on or off on this one?
Well, I want to hear what Lopez Senior says in the corner. So and he'll probably be shouting with no crowd. That's going to be entertaining. So I'm having the freaking volume on in this one.
Well, I'll tell you this, Brian. If you join the live tomorrow when you're watching the fight, while the round is on, turn it down. I'm gonna be giving you that lightning commentary, unbiased shit. Because when I do commentary, Brian, you've been in my fights before.
Yeah.
Like, It's the last one. I picked Charlo, and Charlo I'm a fan of, but I wasn't biased about that commentary. So turn it down during the round, and then turn it back up when the round is over. Because I'm gonna give you that good fire content. Pigeon, I appreciate you, dog. All right, Hefe, I got it coming. But go ahead, P. What was you getting ready to say?
Can I say something to you, D? You know yeah? You always take the Mickey out of the LDBC, yeah? But guess what? I seen you earlier in 78 Sports TV's chat earlier.
Yeah.
So what you got to say about that? Because you know what I mean?
Okay. No. Let me clear it up for you. Let me clear it up. No problem, P. See, that's the thing with me, P. I do appreciate you, P. I'm gonna tell you this right now before I answer this question for you. I do appreciate you. And anybody else that does this, you know, if you see something that looks strange or contradictory or full of shit, then you pull up on old D Jeff about it. And I appreciate that. I don't get offended. So thank you, Pete. Thank you for asking me that question. But I'll explain it to you, my young brother. Plenty of times on this live, I've told all of my people, I listen to those guys. See, I think you don't really understand, Pete. I don't have any issues with the LDBC. None at all, Pete. I listen to Trill Boxing Talk. I rarely listen to 78, but it was a topic that he was talking about. I wanted to see what he was saying about it. But I do listen. I listen to Blood Boxing.
Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the LDBC content?
Some of it, yes. And I've said that before. All of my people know that I listen to some of those guys.
Yeah, but the way you talk about them, so you put off the other people, but it's like you're greedy. You want to just listen for yourself, but the people in the chat, they're not going to want to go there the way you talk about them. That's the thing that I'm talking about.
Here's the thing, Pete. The way that I talk about them is pros and cons. You only pay attention to the cons. But plenty of the people here know plenty of times have I spoke well about the LDBC. So maybe you missed all of those times, but I've done it plenty of times. So I speak pros and cons. The thing with you, P, is you don't like the cons. And here's another thing, P. With the LDBC, certain channels of the LDBC, there are more cons than pros to talk about. Because when you're a complete idiot, like Fanon, then it's not going to be a lot of pros. When you're an idiot, like BFTB, it's not going to be a lot of pros. When you're straight up a stand-up guy, like Blood Boxing, there'll be a lot of pros. When you're a stand-up guy, as much as a lot of people don't think, but I think so, when you're a stand-up guy, and I'm getting ready to say this, like Fight Fan, then there's probably more pros. See, now I use Fight Fan for a particular reason. A lot of people don't like that guy. A lot of people don't like that guy, and a lot of people have more. Hold on, you gotta listen to Love Fan. A lot of people have more negative to say about Fight Fan than positive to say about Fight Fan. Trill Boxing Talk. But I actually personally have more positive to say about Trill Boxing Talk and less negative. So I listen to a lot of people. I'm now subscribed to 159 channels, Pete. And with all of the people that come visit me, they'll tell you that I show every one of them support, man. I do. So I don't have against the LGBTC, just the bullshit narratives. And since, real quick, I'll have it. And since they always coming out with what I perceive as a lot of bullshit narratives, this is why you always hear me going at them.
Yeah, but they're the realest in the game, though. You have to admit that.
Okay, well, whatever. No, I can't admit that.
Some of them, but let me say this real quick, bro. In 2020, man, we shouldn't accept racism, bro. There's a lot of racist comments in the chat, bro. You know what I'm saying? One of them called me a shit skin, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? So I feel real offended right now by the chat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pigeon Mike Tyson, bro. Saint Brit Sport, man. One of the biggest racists out here, bro. He made a video, bro, about the MXBC cutting grass and shit, bro. So you know what I'm saying? In 2020, we shouldn't accept racism, bro. That's all I gotta say,
D,
man.
I'm gonna fall off. I'm gonna fall off and come back on, D.
You know what I'm saying, bro? We shouldn't accept racism in 2020, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I think same Brit. People a lot of people are worried about the LDBC. Yeah, listen, LDBC are not racist. Yeah, people like same Brit and Pigeon. Yeah, they're the proper racist. I'm telling you now. But people can hide behind closed doors. You know what I mean? Yeah. When I see a racist, I know what's a racist. That's all I gotta say.
All right, so all my wrenches, real quick, LFMP and Brian, all my wrenches in the chat. I want you guys to take notice of something. Real El Jefe just stepped in the building. This is what I want you guys to get used to. Utilize your wrenches. I just removed that idiot, whoever it was, from this channel because the real El Jefe is on the fucking panel with me. That type of confusion I want to stay away from here, right? El Jefe, now I'm going to come at you and respond to you, not come at you, but respond to you with, your complaint. El Jefe, listen, you ever heard the saying that goes, don't throw stones if you're living in a glass house? You ever heard that?
Yeah, bro. I heard the story about the three pigs, bro. One had a house of hay. The other one had a house of brick.
Hold on. I got to answer your question. So here's the thing with the analogy of don't throw stones if you're living in a glass house. Motherfucker, you have caused more confusion to this chat, this panel, than anybody else. You have had 3 wrenches and 3 wrenches removed. No one else has even had 2, right? So you can't come up here complaining about what somebody's doing. And you've done it more than anybody. Twice as much, 3 times as much, and I would go safe to say 5 times as much, except Johnny Boy, which he's not even on the channel anymore. But I did just, guys, get rid of that shit. And
I'm cool with trolling, bro. But when somebody, you know what I'm saying, is calling people shit skin out here, bro.
What is shit skin? What does that mean?
It's a real racist term that they use in the UK, bro. The white people in the UK use it. I think P-boxing could address that situation more, so you kind of know what it means.
Okay, so it's a
racist term. Shit skin is basically a nigger, basically.
Okay.
They don't use the nigger, but shit skin, it's the same thing as a nigger.
Yeah, they're speaking in codes, bro.
So it means brown skin, basically.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, well, check this out. You're not English. You're Mexican American. So it shouldn't mean anything to you.
But I'm a person of color, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel real offended, bro.
He is a person of color. Like, same Brit, he thinks he's a superior white guy. Trust me on that one.
Yeah,
so
but like this dude, same Brit is cool with.
Yeah. Enough of that. No more of that. I don't give a fuck about it. Let's get back to boxing. My man, Dragon Leg says Teofimo gonna make Loma do.
Man, saying Brit, I'm gonna knock your bitch ass out whenever I see you saying Brit, bro. You a hoe, bro. Real talk, bro. I'm gonna go to Leeds. I'm gonna knock your bitch ass out, bro. That's all I gotta say. I'm out of here.
All right.
Can I have my rant because I'm gonna go? Can I have my rant for like 10 seconds on same Brit as well?
No.
Come on, man.
You can, but here's the rules. El Jefe does that, and I laugh at him because he knows he's getting kicked off for the rest of the day. If I throw another live, he ain't gonna be on. So you can do it, but you're getting kicked the fuck off, man.
Okay, give me at least 5 seconds then. Let me say bye to you guys, and then 5 seconds. You get
5 seconds.
All right, let me say bye to you guys first. That doesn't count. Okay, listen. Salute to everyone in the chat. Salute to Brian Hawkins. Salute to D. You know what I mean? Speaks your mind, sport. You know what I mean? Same Brit. You're a bitch. You're an asshole. You're fucking gay. Leeds. Fuck you, motherfucker. When I see you.
Those guys are fucking nuts, bro. Oh my god, man. Yeah, that's right, Dragon Leg. Teofimo gonna literally, y'all see what Dragon Leg said? This means Teofimo is gonna literally knock the shit out of Lomachenko.
Where did he come in the prediction league?
Who? Brian fire shots at you, Dragon Leg. Where you coming?
I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
All right, Brian, now Brian, you're gonna have to get top 15. That's the rule. Yeah. When you join that prediction league, you gotta do one of 2 things. And I'll give the easiest one first. You have to get in the top 15 before you get respect from D Jeff about knowing what's going on in that ring. You gotta get top 15. The hardest thing is you gotta beat D Jeff. And many have tried, but no one to this point but Lisa Bells, Abby T, and Mark Unrivaled can claim the claim. No one else. So the Those are the things you have to do. If you want to say that you know boxing, I'll just say you talking shit until you get in that prediction league and get at least 15
I've already
picks.
joined. I've already
I
joined.
know you're in, but this is for everybody else in the chat. You ain't getting no respect from me because I know what's going on in that ring. You know why? Because I've not tasted since I've been in that league, many seasons. I've not tasted anything under 5th place, so I don't know what's down there. If you ain't talking 15th place or higher, like Mark said, I can't see you. You're too far away. Yeah, you gotta be 15 or higher to get in sight. Okay, because I've not seen anything at all under 5th place.
Yeah.
Only once have I seen under 3rd place. See, that's how I'm rolling.
Yeah, well, I came in 49th, but I joined like.
No, that don't count. That don't count. You won't be the whole.
I joined like 5 weeks to the end of the season. So
see, guys like Samuel Shaw, he can't get that claim because Samuel Shaw, he just keep getting beat by me and beat by me and beat by me. He's like, fuck it, I give up. I can't beat these Jeff. And he's been ducking me ever since. Samuel Shaw, stop ducking me, son.
I don't need to duck anyone.
Quantum Rob in the building, nombre de padre. Yo y espe. See, he caught me there. But
I think he's sending a blessing.
I know that's usually what he does. Appreciate you, Quantum Rob, with the super chat. You know what I mean? St. Brit said I triggered them so much. Yeah, you do, St. Brit. You get on going. You get their juices going, St. Brit. What do you think of Boo Boo fights? Man, let me tell you about that, Andrew. This dude, Demetrius Andre. We could get on to some, a different topic. That's good. Let's get on to a different topic. And this idiot, Demetrius Andre, you idiot. That's first what I think, Andrew. But Dustin, whoever the fuck, like I'm not even trying to shit on the guy, but once again, Dustin, whoever the fuck, Demetrius Andre. Here's my question to you, Demetrius Andre. It's your turn to step up. You sitting up here hollering about nobody wants to fight you when there are available names that you, for some reason, don't want to send an offer to or get in the ring to fight. And we'll get on to what some of those reasons are, Demetrius Andre, you idiot. But there are available names. But it's you who are the weakest link at 160. See, GGG is pretty much locked in at the Hall of Fame. Okay? GGG's locked in, Andre. Then when you talk about Canelo Alvarez, locked in for the Hall of Fame. But now we can move to the next guy, Jamal Charlo. Well, he just stepped it up. Demetrius Andre, he fought Ralphunreal, top 5 guy, defended his belt well. You, sir, are the weakest link, you idiot. So it's up to you to step up, Demetrius Andre, and fucking do something with your life. And Dustin, whoever the fuck, doesn't cut the mustard, fam. You understand? That's not going to get it. Dustin, whoever the fuck, doesn't work, Demetrius Andre. That's not a good title defense. So it's you, Demetrius Andre, who need to go handpick, not a Dustin, whoever the fuck. You need to go handpick a guy that's valid, a good title defense. Demetrius Andre, you idiot. That's what I think about it, Andrew. Mark.
Yeah. Plus, he's
real
2 years.
Real quick, Brian, hold that thought. Just let me welcome my man Quantum Rob to the panel. What's good with you, Rob?
What's going on? Yo, do we have any delay over here? Am I delaying?
Nah, you good. You good.
Word. Yo, en el nombre del Padre, del Hijo, y Espíritu Santo. Yo, it is on. We are 1 day away. Shout out to Speak Your Mind Sports. Thank you for letting me on the panel. Want to say everybody in the chat, this is where you have like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That's how you get. If you like this channel, you have to hit those 2 things. Notification bell and likes is what's going to get Speak Your Mind Sports more out there. This is how the algorithms work. This is what I think about that. We're 1 day away. It's Friday. We're about to get this popping. I know tonight the lives are going to be on fire because I'm on fire and I'm sober right now. And it's like, man, I'm gonna be a panel whore today. I'm gonna be everywhere today, man. I'm gonna be like Noob Sabat. You just don't know where I'm gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm very excited for tonight. As far as Demetrius Andrade, I think that's a very, very dumb move, and it's like the same thing I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I said the same thing with Terrence Crawford. What I think about him, he's a great fighter, but the thing is that these people only got a couple of years left. Like Terrence Crawford got 3 solid good years left, and if he thinks he's gonna pick up the pieces at the end of his career, because this is what it is, wasting so many years, he's going to go down as a great, but could have been greater. He could have been legendary. And I think these people are making as much money as yet they can. And then I think at the end of their career, they're going to try to fight everybody. But at the end, it's really not going to matter because they're going to get more high risk of losing. And if they lose at that level, at that time that we waited, they're going to be, oh, I told you that dude wasn't that good. I told you that. And then whole legacy goes down the drain because these people are really just trying to milk it what it's worth, because in the fight business, especially boxing, once you lose, it's hard to get you out there to make the big bucks. And I think these people are trying to they're trying to milk the cow so much, but the thing is you can only milk the cow so much before that shit becomes sour in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And that's what these people are trying to do. They're trying to milk it. And then at the end of the line, like, Demetrius didn't have to take that fight. Terrence Crawford can take these fights. There's not across the street. There's propaganda and there's barriers being made. And at the end of the day, they're only getting older. And they get older, they're going to get to a point in their life, they're going to be like, damn, they're going to look back and be like, yo, I should have fought Errol Spence when I should have did it. I should have did this. And that's their regret. So if they're listening right now, listen, you still have time to be fucking great. Make it happen. Forget about your promoters, all these excuses, listen, they got the money. Let's not talk about money because your promoter got money for centuries. So they can't talk about money. The money's on the table. Now, is the person taking care of you going to put that money on the table for you? That's when you know you got a promoter. Put the money on the table. Let me fight them. But the thing is that they're so greedy, especially in this time of COVID, that they're not trying to let go. They're not trying to release people. And the thing is, it's like, if you look what Demetrius Andrade did, it's like everybody's like, oh, come on, bro. Like, come on. Like, dude, everybody's waiting for you to get in there and tear it up with somebody. You're saying that, oh, you beat that guy, you can beat this guy, but you're letting your people put you in the ring with people that nobody cares about. Nobody cares about these people. And all you're doing, you're degrading their value. So then if you go in there, you keep fighting these people at low levels like this. When they throw you in there with an elite, dude, you're going to lose because you used to be good, but you're so used to fighting these lower tier fighters that once you get in there with a higher tier, dude, you're going to have the toughest night and you will lose because you're so used to fighting tomato cans. This is what I feel for Terrence Crawford. When he comes to the other side of the street, like he says, all right, let's say he fights Errol Spence. Let's say Terrence Crawford fights Errol and beats him. Okay, dude, you still got Danny Garcia, Crawford, Sean Porter. You got Pacquiao in the mix. You got Thurman. There's still so many other people that you need to beat in order to become that elite person that everybody's putting you to beat. Beating one means nothing because that guy beat that guy. Oh, I'm going to beat this guy, so that means that I beat them all. No. Not in the box. No. Así como lo sabe. Okay, así como lo sabe. That's how you don't play the game. You're not going to play the boxing piece. The boxing community is more stronger, more smarter, and they know the whole game way more than the 90s, way more than the 2000s, way more than the 80s, 70s, 60s. We are masters of this game already. And if you think you're going to put one over us, I don't think so. Speak your mind. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, real quick, I'm gonna let Brian go because Brian has something to say when you jumped on.
Oh yeah, Brian, go ahead. Yo, Brian, I love to listen to you too, man. You're a very knowledgeable person, man. I didn't know you were there, man. Salute.
Yeah, no worries, Rob. No, I was just saying that Demetri Andre's 32 and he's messing around. You know,
yeah.
He's cherry picking another opponent. What? He's 2 years older than Jamal Charlo. I give this guy absolutely no credit for choosing. I don't even know who this guy is. So, you know, like, what does that tell you? You know?
Yeah, that's why I said Dustin. His first name was Dustin. I can't remember his last name, Brian, but that's why I said Dustin whatever the fuck, because I don't know the guy, and there's no disrespect to him, but this is not the type of opponent that we want to see Demetrius Andrade in a title defense. So, like,
Yeah.
all of his fans can, just call Demetrius Andrade up and ask him, "Hey, dude, what the fuck are you doing?" But Finesse Boxing, he said, "You're lucky, D. I would have came above you." Okay, well, you're gonna have a fresh season this season, Boxing Finesse. And just like I said, many have tried and many have failed. I'm gonna tell you something else, Boxing Finesse. At the beginning of last season, first, what was it, 4 weeks, Brian? I think everybody was feeling pretty good. They was like, "Oh shit, he down there in 23rd place, talking about he the man." But did they win, Brian? Did they win? No,
No.
they didn't beat D Jeff. So, you know, Boxing Finesse, come try your hand. Just ask Samuel Cho what happens when you try to beat D Jeff.
Yeah, I figured out the scoring algorithm on it, so I understand it a lot more now. I think I'll do all right this season. I don't know where I'll get because the competition is tough.
Yeah,
It's
I know
tough
what you guys
call.
are talking about there.
The
That's the
prediction league,
prediction.
Rob. The fantasy boxing
No.
prediction league.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't even know it existed.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I just hope I do well because I came in last year and it took me a couple weeks to find out. To find my feet in the algorithm and all that there.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Samuel, actually, I can remember one of those seasons. Okay, so no, I remember both of them. So Brian Harkin, he just joined this league, and he played 5 weeks. So the first season
If I
is
get cut off, it's because I wouldn't call my phone. All right.
all right. That's what's up. So the first season,
I'm gonna stay here for as long as if she don't call, then I'll be on the panel because
all right.
man, it's fire today, man. It's fire, man.
All right, Rob, you cut me off. Hold on for a second. So
no, my
Samuel
bad. It's
Shaw.
a delay. My bad.
All right. Samuel Shaw. I do remember the 2 seasons you were talking about. The first season, I was just like Brian Harkin. I came in with only 5 weeks left in the season. And yep, you got top 5 because I wasn't there 12 weeks to beat you as usual. So the second season that you're talking about, okay, yep, you got top 5. But I think I was top 3, which means you didn't beat me. Okay. And then you said, "Damn, this dude just came in top 3. I give up, man. I'm not even gonna fuck with DJ because I know he knows his thing." But it's okay, Sarah Shaw. Like I said, like I told you, stop ducking me, son. Stop ducking me, son. You better not duck me, son.
Yeah.
Billy Ramos, D has more subscribers than Demetrius Andre on YouTube. And that's a sad case because we only have 1,500. Demetrius Andre, you idiot.
Yeah.
Oh
my
my
name
God.
is Brian, and I approve that message.
Yeah. Angel Santos said, I'm on fire on the toilet. Yeah, that's what Demetrius Andre's next opponent is. Straight shit. Well, P Boxer said St. Brit and Pigeon. Okay. All right. Yeah, you got me. You got me on that one. Thank you for the super chat, Pete Boxing. See, that's how Mark got caught out. Like, we just immediately give respect to the super chats. They put up that craziness. Gotta say, this generation knows more than any other about boxing. Yeah, I know you mean that to be sarcastic. I know you mean that to be sarcastic. Jeez. This generation is lost in the sauce. There you go.
Yeah,
See, even Chuck knows Samuel in retirement. I'll put his ass in retirement. Hey, you know what? Champ Ross, this is what it is. I put Samuel in retirement like Tyson Fury get ready to do Wilder. I beat Samuel Shaw. I beat his ass so bad he said, "I can't take it. I can't do this anymore."
Yeah. Here, I'm not coming for anyone in the prediction league. I just don't want to look like an idiot.
No, just get top 15.
Yeah, well,
because
I'll
anybody that don't get top 15, you idiot. No, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll
get
try.
into the prediction league.
Okay. I'll put it in the chat for you, on the private chat for you, Rob. Both. Well, you got Facebook, Rob?
Word.
Okay, I'm gonna put the Facebook page. Just go to the Facebook page.
Yeah, I'll probably make a separate one because You know how YouTube is and the internet, man. I'll probably make a separate one for that.
All right, well, check it out. You don't have to make a separate one for this. Just go to the fantasy boxing. I'm gonna put it in there for you. Fantasy boxing prediction league, and on your Facebook, just go to that. Click the like so you can follow the bit and drop your picks. He already got the picks posted. Once you drop your picks, you in there, and we giving away. Look, this first week for everybody that don't know, it's cash prizes for the overall season winner. Okay, the person who gets the most knockouts and the person who gets the most decision picks. It's cash prizes for all of that at the end of the season. But this first week, it's a $50 cash prize for the top scorer. And that's just for this first week. If I win, I'm gonna donate it back to the league, and hopefully we can give away money again for the second week. I'm gonna just donate it back to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I win,
honestly, I feel the same way. Like, even when I jump in, you're probably gonna have to message me. I'm just gonna comment under this video later or whatever, because right now I'm driving, I can't look at it. But honestly, even if I do win money, I'll just throw it back, because honestly, man, I'm in there for the love. And really, I don't really need money like that. Like, God's blessed me. I feel good, yo. And I want to say shout out to the chat. I'm reading you guys' comments. You guys are funny people down there. But I definitely am going to try to get into this because it's very interesting. It sounds fun. And, man, this is what I want to be part of that top 5, man. I think I could do it.
It's very fun, bro. It's very fun.
I think
It's
I
a
could
good
do it. I'm going for the title, bro.
Yeah, good luck with that. You got to first try to get into the top 15, and second, you got to try to beat Jeff. Now, what was you getting ready to say, Brian?
Oh.
Yeah, no. If I win any week, you can give it to a local charity, or they can keep it.
That's the fun about it.
Yeah, no doubt.
No worries.
Let's just hope we see Samuel Shaw this season, and he stopped ducking me, dog. Because I'm getting tired of Samuel Shaw ducking me, son. That top 3 you keep talking about isn't that season where Mark said you were asking him about certain picks. No, Mark. See, this is the thing. Samuel Shaw is like Lomachenko haters. Well, see, unfortunately for you, Samuel Shaw, and I have receipts. Mark Unraveled already came up here and cleared all of that up, Samuel Shaw. He already debunked and dispelled all of you guys' silly narratives about me getting him to help me with picks, or me asking him about certain picks or any of that. So can that shit. I won because I'm the man. And when you get some cojones and decide to join that league again and see if you can beat Jefferson and stop ducking me, son, then you can start talking. But you just need to stop ducking.
I'm getting all my picks from D.
I'll start doing more prediction videos though too. So it's gonna be based off of my prediction league picks too. But I mean,
I got a treat coming up tonight.
That sounds tight. That prediction league.
It is, man. You gotta join it.
It's like yeah, man, and it's like I'm in the Fight Night Elite Championship online. I pay Fight Night online. I'm actually gonna fight for rank number 2 online. I'm gonna be fighting Wayne Chambers for the internet Fight Night Champion rank 2. But it's similar. Like, they do the ranking system, and I like that. It makes it fun. Everybody in the chat, I see you guys in the chat. I know you guys writing over there. Yo, thank you guys. That's what I want you guys to enjoy. I want you guys to enjoy the show. I'm here because I enjoy Speak Your Mind Sports Show, So I'm only on certain different panels, certain different channels. There's a couple channels that I just stopped going on because, for other reasons other than that. But when you see me on the channel, you know that it's like, man, I need to subscribe. I need to come be over here. If you ever want to run into me, you'll catch me jumping from here to there. But if you frequently see me and the channels, you already know that this is a channel. It's like, man, this is a good channel, and I enjoy your channel. Speak. I enjoyed it a lot. I just needed to give you a shout out straight up for real.
Well, I appreciate that, Rob. I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to use that for your closing thoughts. Brian, give me some closing thoughts, fam.
Well, I joined it, so I just got 2 Tyson Fury fighting next. Whoever fights next, I hope it's a decent opponent. Doesn't have to be top class, but I hope it's decent. And Hope it's a good fight. Demetrius Andre, pick up something. Pick up an opponent that's is breathing. At least, you know, pick up an opponent that will at least give you a little bit of a challenge. Not asking for much, just stop picking bums. And peace to everyone in the chat. And everyone have a good one. And thanks for having me on, D.
All right, peace out, Brian.
And God bless.
So,
Just speak one more thing before you go. One more thing.
yeah, it's got to be fast, Rob,
It
because
doesn't
I'm
matter
getting ready to close it down.
Yo, I got you. Whoever they throw at Tyson Fury, they're gonna lose anyway. Yo, and I wanted to leave everybody with this. I know how you do it. En el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y Espíritu Santo. God bless. Have a good, safe Friday. Speak your mind. I know that I'll see you later, brother.
All right, peace out, Rob. Thanks for coming through. All right, guys. So,
Thank you.
that's what I'll say. Dana White, smart move, not interfering with this fight. Probably a good business move. That's the way I look at it. As far as Demetrius Andre, like I said before, you idiot. That's what I think about Demetrius Andre. And, you know, considering this fight, y'all know what I already said. Teofimo Lopez gonna knock Lomachenko the fuck out. 7th round. Y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sport, let's talk about it. Peace.